Chadwick, Josh Anifuos, Ethan Moore, Lewis Story and Ash Boatswain. You're listening to BBC Radio York on a Tuesday night. Everyone is ready for this game to get underway. The referee just checking that everyone is happy. You heard his whistle in the background there, and we are underway. Back to the Gateshead goalkeeper, the ball goes. He goes long down the left-hand side. Morgan Williams rises highest than anyone else and nods it into touch on this near side for a Gateshead throw halfway inside the half. The ball boy's fast asleep down there, stood next to his little cone. Of course, as soon as the ball goes out of play, it runs away off the over the athletics track. There's always going to be a delay. The ball boy with the multi-ball system in operation wasn't paying much attention. He let it go past him. Brad Nicholson, the centre-back, had to go and collect the new ball. Now he's going to take a long throw. Look how they're trying to gang round Harrison Mayle from a throw-in right the side of the dugout, virtually on halfway. That was a ginormous throw from Nicholson, but it didn't reach Harrison Mayle. City deal with it, and now a chance for them to clear their lines on the left-hand side. But Amanchi gets there first before Fagan Walcott. Now Hiram Boateng, and across the far side. It's gloomy over there as well, I have to say, Ian, the far side of the ground. The floodlights aren't the greatest, are they?
They're not. And it's
because they're so high, you know.
Well, they're so high, but they've also got to reach the pitch, which is miles away from where the floodlights are. The floodlights are where our fans are, so they're almost shrouded in darkness themselves. Yeah,
there'll be some floodlight fanatics will be enjoying the floodlights here, I think, tonight at Gateshead, but they're not really doing the job that they're intended to do.
Well, it's lit up at this end, isn't it? Because there's floodlights on the stand
where the roof.
Whereas on the other side, it literally in pitch black.
Yeah. City have at the back then with Zach Johnson, continuing to impress at the heart of that York City defence. He gives it to Alex Hunt, who'll come over halfway for the first time this evening. Gives it to Morgan Williams on the right-hand side. Williams back in field to Hunt. Hunt into Gray, who's found a little pocket of space, turns away from Butterfield. Butterfield holds his arms out, so why is no one tracking it? Williams can't get the cross in. Back it goes to Gray on the right-hand side of the penalty area. Gray runs back towards halfway and skips past his man nicely. And a second, then falls over the ball. Still keeps hold of it, though, somehow. Gray's the penalty area. What is he doing? And he's curled a shot, and it's just wide of the goal. That would have been another one of those goal of the season contenders if Joe Craig could have kept that down. He did brilliantly there.
Wow, that was unbelievable. Footwork. He dazzled. He had a little bit of luck. The ball fell for him, but he earned the look by dazzling the opposition defence. They couldn't get near him. Just unfortunately, the shot must be maybe a yard wide in the end, but lovely play from Joe Gray.
Goal kick then that the keeper takes. Dubois downfield. Fagan Walcott gives away possession. Gateshead have it on the right hand side. I think that's overhit, and it's going to be dealt with by the York City defenders. It is. Johnson in the penalty area under pressure from Amanchi, and he gives it back to Fagan Walcott, who hurriedly clears downfield. Josh Stones drops into midfield to win the header, and he tries to find Gray on this near side, and Gray gets the better of his man once more. Gray's getting past his man on this near side. He's down the right-hand side. Gray now cuts into the penalty area. Across, good ball, but he can't get it past the goalkeeper as Josh Jones gives him the thumbs up. He wanted a bit more lift on it, a bit more aerial, but Joe Gray has started this game like a house on fire.
He really has. He knows he's got this left-back on absolute toast right now, Joe Gray. He knows he could be in for a good night here. That's why he's playing. Big, wide pitch. Let him run it, open his legs and have a go at the defence.
So Gateshead have made 5 changes for this game tonight. Interesting, actually, that David Ferguson is playing in the heart of the 3 centre-backs, not on the left-hand side or at left wing-back, as you would ordinarily find him. So he's come into the side and he's playing in the centre in place of Lewis Story, who has to make do for a place on the the bench. So he's the first-team coach, is Lewis Story. They've got the assistant manager starting tonight instead. They're quite a young and inexperienced management group here at Gateshead.
And David Ferguson, middle of the centre backs. Would you ever have pictured that happening?
Well, not in his Steve Watson times at York City, or when he was at Hartlepool. To be honest, he played as a left back or a left wing back at Hartlepool. I've never seen him play at the heart of a 3.
No, I mean he's small, isn't he? You know,
Stones is up against him.
Yeah, there we go. Ooh.
Down the line it goes. Goalkeeper tries to come and shepherd it, and he does just about. For a second, he thought it was going to not go into his penalty area, and it does eventually, and he manages to get in between Stones and the ball and allows it to go behind for a goal kick. So Gateshead 0, York City 0. There's a drum somewhere to our left-hand side, so when the Heed go marching in.
I was waiting for it. Is it when the Reds or when the Heed? The Heed.
It was. Amanchi wins the header. Williams, once again, back to Harrison Mayle, looking for his 16th clean sheet of the season here tonight is Harrison Mayle.
I mean, it's phenomenal. We talk about the goal scorers and the creativity, but Harrison Mayle and his defenders deserve so much plaudits as well. So many plaudits, even.
Gray wins that header in the air. Back into midfield it comes. Butterfield. Now back to Nicholson, tattooed all the way up his neck, up towards his chin.
I could see you with a big tattoo all the way up your neck to your chin, David.
I don't think so, Ian. Thank you.
No, not for me either.
Not for me.
No.
Evening to Thomas, who's listening in as he gets ready for bed. Hopefully, Mum will let you stay up a bit later tonight to listen to the mighty York City.
Surely she will. You could have a word, couldn't you?
Maybe. Down the left-hand side, City come forward. Fagan Walcott, left winger. Into Boateng's got a bit of space on the edge of the area, just can't thread the ball through, and it falls nicely to Butterfield. And now they try and move it out to this left-hand side. Amanchi's going to have to get on his bike to keep that one in play, and he manages to do so too. Against Zach Johnson. Johnson, good tackle from him, wins it back, and Greg Ollie, back on his old stomping ground, can come in and plays it across to Fagan Walcott. There we saw a picture as well, lovely picture. Many people will see the York City Facebook group today. Robin Patel on holiday in Mauritius. We mentioned them, they got in touch at the weekend, said they were going to Mauritius. They've now arrived in Mauritius, and he's there in his York City top and had a York City henna tattoo on his hand.
There's worse places to be right now.
Joe Gray on this right-hand side swings it in again. It's a deep one. Cut out at the back stick and put into touch for a York City throw-in over there by Kenton Richardson.
Yeah, it's been a positive start from City.
All down the right-hand side, isn't it?
Yeah, Joe Gray in particular. He's having a real go.
Back up in his neck of the woods. Throw into York City, 10 yards away from the corner flag, far side of the ground. Fed back to Fagan Walcott, and he gives it to Zach Johnson. Back line of 5 as City have the ball for the home team. Infield they come to City. Cross on that left hand side, Alex Newby, and he turns as a full 360 and then drives forward and gives it back out wide left to Fagan Walcott. He comes infield to Hiram Boateng. Boateng once more to Newby, who's got some space around the back. Gets it out of his feet, can put a cross in, not a great cross. Cut out at the near post, into touch it goes for a throw, and you're pointing at something, Ian.
Yeah, both Newby and Gray have gone past the defenders. The pace, they're just too fast for them. That is going to be a feature tonight. That's why the manager's got these two playing tonight, because they can go past these defenders.
The thing about Kenton Richardson as well, he's a natural centre-back, and he's playing as a right wing-back over that far side.
Yeah.
City get it, work it nicely from the throw-in, but then it falls down slightly as they try and feed it through to Ollie Pearce. He drops short. They went long. It goes behind. That'll be a goal kick. Yeah. Gateshead 0, York City 0, 7.5 minutes on the clock. So as has been the case for the last couple of seasons in the National League, the midweek games split between the Tuesday and the Wednesday night. That's why Rochdale play at Scunthorpe tomorrow night. I can imagine many York City supporters will either be listening to our colleagues on BBC Radio Humberside. They'll have full match commentary of that game tomorrow night, or watching the stream that I'm sure you can pick up in your usual place. The other games are being played tonight. Latest scores: Aldershot 0, Bournemouth 1. Eastleigh already down to 10 men against Sutton United. The other games are all 0-0, including this one here, of course. Nick Townsend, the goalkeeper for Eastleigh, has been sent off. Eastleigh don't ordinarily either have a goalkeeper on the bench. I see Josh McNamara has come on for them. I'm not sure if he is a goalkeeper or not. But Eastleigh down to 10 men. Big game between two sides just outside the relegation zone at the foot of the National League. And a massive uphill struggle, you would have thought, for the home team now that they're down to 10. Hunt drives forward again past his man, tries to feed it through to Pearce, though he can't find him. It's intercepted, and Gateshead playing on the break in the centre of the park. And number 14 is coming forward over there. I think it's Josh Homer. And he was tackled. That's 17, wasn't it? Not 14. And the referee says that's a foul.
Yeah, Hiram Boateng there. Yeah, the Gateshead player ran into him, really. I think it was the follow-through from Boateng that...
Yeah, it was 14. It was Ben Radcliffe, the right-hand side of the three centre-backs, who just drove forward down that inside channel. I'd say Stuart Maynard and Rob Elliott, long chats between them. They clearly got on, didn't they? We were down there for a good 15-20 minutes having a decent chat with each other.
Yep. These managers will get to know each other. Might have been coaching seminars together, or whatever.
Ball into the York City box by Keaton Ward, headed clear by Williams to this near side, where it's going to be picked up by Home. He goes back to David Ferguson. That's a nice looking cross into the box from him. Harrison Mail back pedaling, gets a good fist on it and manages to palm it away and into touch the far side of the ground. Oh, but it's kept in by Newby. It didn't go out. It threw on this right hand side. Come Gateshead. Oh no, indeed. That's another rocky moment there from Alex Newby. York now got a player down at the edge of their own penalty area over that far side. I think it's... Who is that who's down? Is it Fagan Walcott who's down?
No, it's Pierce. Is it Pierce?
Can't tell from
Pierce.
here.
I think it's Pierce. David.
Yeah, it's in his position. Yeah, but I think you're right. I think it is Ollie Pierce that's down.
And that all came about. Alex Newby was... I don't know what he was thinking. I think he thought the ball was maybe... as the ball's rolling out, he's tried to nick in front of the Gateshead attacker, and he just missed the ball.
Well, he kept it in play for him.
Yeah, he literally stopped the ball going out, but then lost the ball. Yeah, that put Ollie Pierce in a bit of a predicament, which he's feeling the worst of the wear now.
It is a test of their mentality tonight, isn't this, for Yorkshire? Because there were a number of the players who, from talking, what they were saying is they were walking off the pitch. Yeah, we're having a bit of a laugh and a joke with a number of them.
Yeah.
But the suggestion was that they felt as though it maybe was going to get called off, so they've had to switch back on pretty quickly.
Yeah, exactly. And, yeah, it can play tricks with footballers' minds. But I think these guys, their mentality, their mindset is pretty strong.
I'm told McNamara is a goalkeeper down at Eastleigh, so they'll be glad to have had him on the bench tonight. Thanks to Chris Chelling for sending that in to us. That's a nice ball from Boateng down the left-hand side. Kept in play by the corner flag. Cross comes in first time from Pierce. Can't reach Stones, and it goes into touch for a York City throw-in. Still goalless. 11 and a half minutes on the clock here on BBC Radio York. Fagan Walcott from the throw-in gets past Amanchi. Driving forward into the penalty area. Tries to pull it back. Intercepted and cleared by Gateshead, but only as far as Newby. Newby takes the safe option this time and gives it to Johnson on halfway. Boateng, he gives it back to Johnson. Now across to the left-hand side. Across to the right now for Williams. Ollie's available if he wants to use him. He said he goes back to Johnson. And then to Fagan Walcott. I remember the game here last season as well, Ian. Do you remember afterwards when we were walking? For those people who haven't been here before, to get into the home stand, you have to walk through the entrance of the ground, a bit like going to the LNER. You walk through the entrance to a gym, don't you? And there's actually a little play centre down there now with a bit of a soft play area. Afterwards, because obviously we're here a little bit later than lots of people are doing post-match interviews and what have you. Lots of the players were mingling down there, weren't they? They clearly get on a lot of these players.
Yes, absolutely. Yeah, the City players.
Yeah, with the Gateshead players.
With the Gateshead lads. Yeah, they'll know them. You know, you got Greg Ollie, of course, played here. Yeah, lads get to know each other quite well.
Ollie has a throw-in that he can take 10 yards inside the Gateshead half, in front of the Gateshead technical area. Goes back to Williams, and Williams goes infield to Alex Hunt. Hunt back to Gray on this right hand side. He's thinking about running at his man again. He'll run at Nicholson, keeps hold of it and puts the ball in now to Ollie. He gets the cross into the box. Poor one though from the former Gateshead man this time, and it's easily gathered by the goalkeeper. 0-0.
A little bit rushed, Greg Ollie there. He's trying to get a bit more swaz on the ball to try and bend it in, but he just couldn't get enough on it. It's gone straight through to the keeper.
Trying to press as Gateshead play out from the back. The goalkeeper sends it across this near side. Nicholson controls on his chest and lays it off down the line to Ward. Ward goes back to David Ferguson, almost on his goal line. He gives it back to his goalkeeper. Stones just can't get there to block the keeper once more, and the goalkeeper's put that into touch on the far side of the ground as he tries to clear his lines. Throw in taken over there by Newby to Fagan Walcott in front of the York City supporters. Now it's across to Johnson, and he feeds it to Ollie. Ollie has Gray, and he uses him. Gray for the give and go with Ollie, but that was overhit. Ward once more tracks Joe Gray on this occasion. Gray trying to back him into a corner, but he manages to clear only as far as Boateng, who can drive forward, and then tries laying it through to Pierce in the box. Pierce, with the ball outside of his foot, tries to lift it over the goalkeeper from virtually on the penalty spot. It might have jumped up at him, and he can't keep it down. It goes over the bar. I think Ollie Pierce, though, will see that as half a chance, Ian.
It is half a chance, and it sort of fell on. I think he ended up sort of snatching out with the outside of his right foot instead of maybe trusting his left foot. It did take a little bit of it certainly bounced up on him. But good football from City.
So goal kick. Ferguson takes, gives it back to his goalkeeper. He spreads it out to the right-hand side to Radcliffe. Gets it back again and then belts it down that line. In fact, he's belted it onto the athletics track on halfway. Throw into City that Newby takes and he goes back to Fagan Walcott. He gives it to Johnson. 15 yards outside his penalty area into midfield to Boateng. Lays it off immediately to Morgan Williams. Gray, he comes in off the line, gets past his man real easy, and a second man again. He's been pulled back. Referee allows play to go on. Still going to get back at Gray. Now the referee will pull it back, and the yellow card's coming out here. Take the pick. There was 2 players nibbling away and trying to pull him back there. Yeah. He's given it to the number 20, Fenton John. He goes into the referee's notebook, the first of the evening, for Steve Copeland.
Yeah, Joe Gray's really taken this match to the Gateshead defenders. They're not really sure what to do with him. They're having to pull him back because he's just too quick.
I'll be honest, I don't think we've seen him play like this.
No.
All this season where he's getting the ball and being direct and taking players on.
Yeah, he's got the bit between his teeth, he certainly has.
So free kick is about 12 yards outside the penalty area. In between sort of like the centre of the penalty area and this right-hand side. He's going to curl it into the box, is Hunt. And it comes now. It's a deep one. Oh, what's he seen there? Straight into the arms of the goalkeeper, completely overhit. And that's a pretty simple delivery that Alex Hunt, Ian Dunn, has got completely wrong.
Yeah, and they're the moments in games where you just, we know the qualities Alex Hunt's got. Just trust yourself to produce. You don't need to be special. You're good enough.
Nicholson across the face of his penalty area to Ferguson. Across now to the right-hand side to Radcliffe. Radcliffe again. Belts it long, looking for a Manchi. Good luck getting the better of Fagan Walcott with that, Levi Manchi. Fagan Walcott clears to a white shirt on the edge of the area. Shot comes in, it's blocked, and that runs through to Harrison Mayle in his all-orange kit. But he gets a decent round of applause from the locals. Just beneath us here in our commentary box. We've normally got some young lads who sit directly in front of us here, but they're not here tonight.
They just remembered we were coming, David. They couldn't handle it.
Do you think that's what it was? They were probably just going to be jealous if they turned round and saw the plethora of goodies that we've got on our desk here, Ian Dunn.
It is a buffet of dessert type goodies. How lucky can we be? Watching York City with all these goodies up at Gateshead.
I promise we've not got any time to eat them all. The train journey on the way back.
There's always time.
We've got 2 Easter eggs, a bag of Haribo, a bag of wine gums.
Yeah, it's not looking too shabby.
Put on a few pounds.
Yeah, this is the worry. Although, not that worrying.
We haven't done our 10 laps of the ground as well on the athletics track tonight because it was belting it down, which we normally do.
We normally walk from the station, don't we?
We normally do. Good 4 or 5k, don't we, before this game? Ball fed forward by Gateshead. Into the middle of the park. It's won back by Hiram Boateng for City. Then he runs into a bit of trouble there. The man who got the yellow card, Fenton John. Back once more to Keaton Ward. And he gives it to Ferguson. Ferguson across to Radcliffe. Radcliffe down the right-hand side to Richardson. He tries a little ball first time by opening up his body down the line. And he gets too much on it. And it goes into touch once more for a York City throw-in that Newby takes again in front of the York City supporters on the far side of the ground. Harrison Mayle. Still no rain. No danger at all now of this game, you wouldn't have thought. Not reaching its natural conclusion. Ball over the top. Looking for Hunt. Hunt will get there. Hunt tries to square it to Stones. It's going to deflect back to Gray. Now to the edge of the area. He gives it to Pearce. Pearce's shot is blocked. Appeals for handball. Pearce thinks there should be a penalty. No. Only Ollie Pearce, though, who appeals. Referee doesn't even give it a second glance. And Gateshead are able to clear their lines. Good decision by the referee, I think.
Yeah, I think Ollie Pearce's instant reaction is to claim the penalty, and it just... it wasn't. Decent defender from Gateshead. Good play, though, again from City.
We were having a bit of a laugh and a joke earlier on, weren't we? Saying, can you imagine if York City are behind in this game and then, say, halfway through the second half, the rain continues to fall and the game gets abandoned? The meltdown there would be on social media.
It would break hearts across the M62, that's for sure.
Yes, we don't want that to happen.
No.
We'll wait for the final day to break hearts.
Might come down to that, David. It's looking that way, isn't it?
Well, as things stand, but there's still plenty of plenty of time for that to change for both sides. Free kick then in the left-back position now for Gateshead. Still 0-0 coming up to the 20-minute mark. Goalkeeper's come well out of his area here to take this in front of his dugout. There's 4 or 5 chairs have been placed at the side of the dugout as well, so if it does rain, those backroom members of staff are going to get drenched. Long diagonal ball forward. Whose head did that come off last? It came off a white-shirted man, and that'll be a York City throw-in that Newby will take back to Fagan Walcott. Fagan Walcott gives it back to Newby. He just sends it forward to Josh Stones. Not really been involved so much, Josh Stones, in the opening stages.
No. I think it's just his presence as well as taking players away from the likes of Joe Gray, giving him the chance to attack. Yeah, not quite got into the game yet, Josh Stones.
Free kick then in the centre circle as Stones is penalised. Still goalless here on BBC Radio York. 81333 on the text. Start your message with the word York. 08000 321 333 on WhatsApp. Again, start your message with the word York at BBC York Sport. Sutton have taken the lead now at Eastleigh. City try and shepherd this ball out. Who's that? Is that Newby again on that far side?
Yeah.
It is. He's having another moment over there, is Alex Newby, and he's ended up giving away a corner on the far side of the ground. Just clear your lines.
It's simple in football. Sometimes it's so ingrained in your head to do, keep possession or try and keep possession. But unfortunately for Alex Newby right now, there's maybe times you just put your foot through it, Alex.
Corner kick then, first of the game, and it goes to Gateshead halfway through this first half. Far side of the ground. It's going to be an in-swinging left-footed corner. And it comes out. It's a high, loopy one. Should be able to defend that rather pretty easily, and they do. Johnson, good header clear back up to halfway, and then they've been forced all the way back to David Ferguson, who's in his own half. Long diagonal ball up for Amanchi. He heads it back into midfield. It's going to be a white shirt that gets there first again. And now across down to this left-hand side. Forward from home, then he ends up going back toward once more. To the left-hand side again, it comes to Nicholson. He plays it down the line. Almost falls over the ball, but he's allowed to turn by Alex Hunt. Gets a crossing, got to the byline. That wasn't great again from Alex Hunt defending there. He seemed to get past him a little bit too easily, as if he thought he was going to do something different and completely caught him out.
Yeah, he really did ghost past Hunt there.
Gateshead again, a little bit of pressure, and then that's a sloppy pass forward on this left-hand side. Stuart Menard applauds something or other. It can't have been the pass from Gateshead, because that was pretty poor. But it gives York City a throw-in. Jeff King fields the ball on this near-side touchline as he does a bit of warming up alongside. Who's that he's with? Is that Ryan Fallowfield potentially down there? I think who he's with. It's hard to tell again in the gloom. There's a bit of guesswork going on, but it's definitely Jeff King.
Well, I mean, we are so far away. It is sometimes difficult to see which player we're actually talking about, just because we know them so well, and the bodies and what have you. You can kind of get away with it.
Good tackle from Boateng, but Gateshead are going to win it back, and they do. So Aldershot 1, Bournemouth 2. Oh, they're in the middle of the field. They're going to pile forward here, Gates, and they've given it away. Intercepted by Hunt, who does well. And then he turns into a bit of trouble, does Alex Hunt. And the home side win it back. But then Josh Stones drops in to get it for City. Gives it to Gray. Gray, under pressure, has to go back to Morgan Williams. Aldershot 1, Bournemouth 2. Boston 1, Altrincham 0. Still goalless between Brackley and Braintree. Sutton 1 up at Eastleigh. Eastleigh down to 10, of course. And goalless between Halifax and Carlisle. And here at the International Stadium between Gateshead and York. City coming forward, though, on the left-hand side with Newby. Over halfway. Down the line. That's a nice ball. Newby's around the back. Cuts infield into the penalty area. Open up the angle, but then he lets the tackle come in. And it goes back to Alex Hunt, who started off that move. Williams back to Hunt. Across to Gray on this near side. Gray, fronted up by Nicholson. The doubling up, and Gray goes down the outside and gets a cross in, deflects, and that'll be a York City corner kick.
Yep, again, good play. Joe Gray didn't think twice there. Tried to get his cross in, knowing that if he doesn't go in the box, he's likely to win a corner. That's exactly what's happened. You can hear City's fans, even from over here, we can hear them, David.
We certainly can.
So the players will certainly hear that.
Alex Hunt is on corner taking duties tonight. Hopefully this will be a little bit better, well, in fact a lot better than his free kick 3 or 4 minutes ago. On this right hand side he's got the linesman for company, raises his left arm, could go short to Boateng if he wants to. Instead he drills it into the penalty area. It's a deep one, round the back. Williams, he can't keep it in play, and it goes behind for a goal kick. 0-0 it remains, with neither goalkeeper yet being called into action.
No, that was a dangerous corner then, but just Williams was nowhere near actually getting on the end of it. If he'd have been sort of a yard ahead of himself, he could have maybe managed to put it back across the box. But yeah, no real pattern of play emerging right now for me from either team. To be honest, it seems very.
Ferguson across his 6-yard box to the goalkeeper. He belts it long to Harrison Mayle. They like the long ball to Amanchi. I think that's one thing we've seen so far tonight from Gateshead.
Yeah.
City come forward with Johnson, bringing it out of defence and giving it to Boateng just shy of the centre circle.
The pitch is certainly holding it well, David.
Although, it is, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can't see the slight puddles that we could see down this near side when we first got here. They were forking the ground, but they gave up for a long time forking, didn't they? And just left it. And there was a lot of look saying, why aren't they using those pitchforks they've got up there to try and disperse some of this water?
Yeah. I noticed that patch that was wet is now looking rather brown.
It is, yeah. But the pitch here is so much better this season than it has been in recent years. For level of grass and how flat it is. Gray's got past his man again. And
brilliant.
Peats it through to Ollie round the back. Ollie, can he pull it back into the middle? Goalkeeper has to dive and he gets a good palm on it and he's able to clear. It was another good move down this right-hand side between Gray and Ollie, but Ollie's ball into the box just couldn't beat the diving goalkeeper.
Gray's been outstanding so far. He really has.
They have it in the left-back position, given away straight to Greg Ollie by the defender. He puts the ball in. Oh, good interception, because that was a tap-in for Josh Stones. I think he thought he was going to reach him as well. Almost intercepted Radcliffe and the goalkeeper. Stones was waiting for it, but that was a great flying through the air tackle by Radcliffe, and he puts it behind for a York City corner kick.
Yeah, Ollie was gifted that ball, wasn't he, Greg Ollie? One touch, get it out of his feet, and he's put a lovely cross in. Yeah, the defender did well, really, to clear it.
Hunt again on the corner kick. Linesman just making sure a tiny bit of that ball is on the quadrant.
The tiniest of it, isn't it?
I don't know why they do it.
No.
What advantage is this for moving it back a couple of inches?
Oh dear.
Hunt into the middle. Gateshead man goes to down as it's headed into the goal by Josh Stones. But there'd already been a foul in the centre. There's absolutely no complaining by the York City players. So the referee must have got that one correct.
I looked over at the fans. There wasn't even that fake roar of jubilation. Everybody knew that there was a foul there and there's no way the goal was going to stand.
The free kick's going to be taken virtually on the penalty spot.
Ooh.
And it's played out to this near side.
Bit of a risk.
To Nicholson. But he's got away with it. Forward to Ward down the left. He goes back to Ferguson. Ferguson, he's able to clear. Yeah, I think it was Zach Johnson who was fouling his man. Ball downfield on this left of Manchi won't get there though. You see a little bit of excitement in the crowd to our left-hand side, but Johnson always was going to get the better there of Manchi. And the home team have it at the back with Nicholson. Gives it to his goalkeeper, who's outside his area, signed earlier on this month. Played the first two-thirds of the season, 33 appearances in National South for Slough as Adam Dubois. Gateshead have it on the left. Good tracking back by Gray. But it's a good ball into the area. Come Gateshead on the left-hand side. Butterfield across. And Manchi's in space on the far side and he completely misses his kick. And if he'd have got any sort of decent connection, you would have to think that Harrison Mayle would have been called into serious action, Ian Dunn.
There's a slight giggle here. As the ball is going across to Amanchi, I'm thinking, no way. I just literally spoken to the guy Jeff who's next door and said Amanchi's been playing up front. He's never even looked like scoring all season. As that ball's floating across, I'm thinking, this is a big chance.
Well, he hasn't scored all season.
And he's absolutely fluffed it. So
I think it actually hit. He took a swing with his left foot and it hit his standing leg.
Yeah, I think we got nearer. That was it was terrible. Good football though by Gateshead.
That's a nice ball from Johnson and a nice first time ball back round the corner from Hunt to Williams. Now to Gray. Back to Williams. Williams down the line for Ollie. Ollie tries lifting it forward. That goes straight into touch on halfway. That'll be a Gateshead throw. Elliott sends it back down the line, the Gateshead manager. It's over the head though, Nicholson, so it has to be fed back to him. Sees João Alves down there on the edge of the technical area for York City. Oh, he doesn't like that ball, Nicholson, because it's too wet, so he asked the ball boy to throw one down. Well, throw it in the air that he can dry on his top. And look at the run. Well, you got no issues with the run up here, have you, for a long throw? Because you can go all the way across 8 lanes of the athletics track if you want to.
Yeah.
You're shattered by the time you get to the turf.
Yeah.
Everyone again in the 6-yard box, trying to put pressure on Harrison Mayle. But I think that slipped out of his hands, actually. It doesn't reach, only just reached the penalty area. Headed forward by Gateshead, and City clear on that left-hand side. Newby gives it the big up and under. Stones tries to put pressure on Ferguson, and then Ratcliffe, as Stones slips, gives it back to his goalkeeper. 0-0. Half an hour gone. Long diagonal ball forward. On this left, offside flag is shown. Against, who is this on this near side who's been flagged offside? Is it Home again?
Josh Home, yeah.
And a free kick to York City, which they take relatively quickly. Hunt to Johnson. Now across to Fagan Walcott. Half an hour gone here on BBC Radio York. Johnson once more. On the left-hand side.
Ooh.
Sent forward by Pearce with the outside of his foot. Looking for Newby. They'd swap positions there. And it's put into touch by Gateshead for a York City throw-in 10 yards inside their attacking half.
Smart football from Ollie Pearce there. Just with the outside of foot trying. He knew Josh Stones was going to make the run. Yes, it didn't quite come off, but it shows the intent. He knows what he's trying to do. It's that understanding of trying to find the ball that Josh Stones can get on the end of.
Fagan Walcott. Newby. Back to Fagan Walcott, now to Johnson. Johnson being pressed. Almost loses possession, but does well. And then strong tackle comes in on Fagan Walcott. He's rolling around. The referee gives York City the free kick. City players, a couple of them, go to the referee. Pearce isn't happy with the tackle over there. We're too far away, really, to see what happened.
Yeah, just a bit. I think he just looked a bit late on Fagan Walcott. Ollie Pearce is furious, though. He thinks it was intentional. I think it's the number 5.
We'll try and have a look at it now on
Kenton
here.
Richardson.
The ball's fed back to him down the line. From Johnson. Oh, it's 2 feet.
He's took it a lot, hasn't he? Yeah. He's
Pearce.
almost slipped in with 2 feet. I think they're on the ground, which is probably the saving factor.
The linesman's got a perfect view as well.
Yeah.
It's right in front of him. Is this Ollie Pearce is having a bit of a telling off, I think, by the referee. And that's all it is for the York City captain. Just maybe told to stop complaining. Fagan Walcott down the line. Evening to Ollie Pearce's parents, who I know are regular listeners to us here on BBC Radio York.
Yeah.
So they'll be listening tonight as Gateshead come forward and Manchie tries to thread it through. That's brilliant from Joe Gray to get back in there and get in place of Josh Home, who's waiting to pick that up on the edge of the York City penalty area. On this near side, the white shirts have it once more. Ward gets past Williams, comes in field and plays it back to this left-hand side to Chapman. Harry Chapman playing slightly out of position as left wing-back this evening. He's going to get it back again too. He's the man who won the title last season with Barnet. Leading goal scorer actually in this team with 8 goals to his name is Harry Chapman. And then it all breaks down for Gateshead, and that'll be a York City throw halfway inside their own half that Gray takes to Ollie. Back it goes to Gray, back to Ollie down the line. Ollie will then turn back in field and go back to Alex Hunt. Hunt on the edge of his own penalty area spreads the play across the left-hand side to Fagan Walcott. Fagan Walcott turns and goes back to Zach Johnson. Hunt. A relatively even game, you would say, so far.
Yeah, that's fair.
Bursts forward and gives it to Gray, who's got a bit of space again on the right-hand side. Plays it back to Hunt. Hunt can put a cross into the box. Pearce first time shot just wide of goal, across the face of goal. He got in there before Ben Radcliffe just flicked a foot at it, and it goes past the goalkeeper, but also a couple of yards past the post. 0-0.
Yeah, lovely ball in by Hunt, just inviting our strikers to get on the end of it, and Ollie Pearce doing all he could to get across the defender. It wasn't easy for him to get in the good position, but he managed to get his shot off. He's unlucky there, Ollie Pearce.
It's another goal kick then for the home side. Gets it back again, does the goalkeeper. City now trying to press. And he forces him to go long down the centre of the field to Manchie. He lays it off around the corner, intercepted by Alex Hunt. Gives it to Williams. Williams back once more to Mail. Mail across the far side of the ground it goes to Newby. Hunt Back once more to Harrison Mail, who's having quite a few touches of the ball this evening. Certainly more in this opening what we played, 34.5 minutes, than he had in the entirety of the game on Saturday against Brackley.
Yeah. There he goes again.
Yep, he gets it again from virtually up from halfway. Just lays it off to Hunt. Williams. Gray outside him. We wanted it first time, Gray, but never got it. He wanted it a second time, and he still hasn't got it. And he's sort of walking around throwing his arms out and saying, I'm here, give me the ball. I've been the most dangerous player so far. Just keep feeding me it. Johnson to Fagan Walcott. Newby's pushed forward in front of him. Has to stay onside, though, because he's not going to get it there, because you're currently offside, Alex. Boateng. Johnson once more. Johnson to Williams. Back once more to Zach Johnson. Johnson just puts his foot on the ball at walking pace. As Gateshead sit off City here. And he gives it to Alex Hunt. Hunt. Back to Johnson. Johnson skips past his man in the centre of the park and gives it to Alex Hunt once more. Hunt lifts it over the top for Williams, who's burst forward. Goalkeeper comes to meet him. Williams can't get there before the goalkeeper. Good decision making by the shot stopper. He comes and heads it into touch on this near side. Get that wrong and there's issues for the Gateshead keeper.
Yeah, very brave from Morgan Williams. He's seen the keeper coming full pace.
Well, that's a nice ball to Gray. He's in round the back again on this near side into the penalty area, but he can't beat the first man as he tries to put the cross in. Couldn't get it through the legs of Nicholson. York City throw in 10 yards from the corner flag, just beneath us as we sit 3/4 of the way inside the half that York City are attacking.
He's done a lot of things right, Joe Gray, tonight. Just on that occasion, though, he just sort of hit the ball straight at the defender's legs. Didn't quite get the cross right, but he's looked really sharp this evening.
Gray takes his time over the throw, then Alex Hunt makes himself available. Little first time ball to Ollie. He's got his back to goal though and he's forced into a corner, and all Greg Ollie can do is knock that back into touch, this time for a Gateshead throw in. 0-0 it remains with 8 minutes to go until the break.
Yeah, there's not much to pick and choose between the two sides. I think they've both played okay. You can expect a little bit more from York in the second half, though.
A couple of other games taking place tonight. One in League 1, one in League 2. League 1, Doncaster 1, Port Vale 0. Long ball downfield. All the way through again from one goalkeeper through to Harrison Mail. And in League 2, Oldham 2, Notts County 0. Notts County, the visitors to Harrogate Town at the weekend. Quite staggering when you look at that League 2 table. I've known Harrogate Town have been down there all season. But you look at the points totals and you are not going to need 40 points to stay in League 2 this season. In fact, if you get to 40 points this season, there's a very good chance you will stay comfortably in League 2.
Playoffs.
Staggering.
Yeah.
So few points to the teams at the bottom of that league
What
this
does that
season.
tell you about that league? And certainly the bottom 10, 11, 12
Well, it says
teams.
they've all been very, very poor, but they've also been very, very fortunate as well. They've not been completely cut adrift.
Yeah. Yeah. Lots of teams dropping points.
Goalkeeper for Gateshead clears down the right-hand side. Newby beaten to it in the air. Nice flick through to a Manchi. And it falls back into midfield. They've still got it in the penalty area. Manchi lays it off. 30 yards from goal. They've come centrally. Now it's sent across to Ward. He's trying to work a bit of space to get a shot in, but he feeds it back out to the right-hand side instead. And it comes now. Well played, Alex Hunt, for getting back in the centre. Up against the Manchi. Gets caught on the ball, though, does Alex Hunt. The white shirts have still got it on the edge of the box. And now City are able to clear their lines. And Josh Stone's running a lonely furrow up front for York City so far this evening. Can't get on the end of that. And it goes into touch for a throw into Gateshead. 0-0. 6.5 minutes to go until half-time.
Yeah, there's been a few uncomfortable moments from City, but they've managed to extinguish the danger quite sharply. But we're not really doing...
We're not purring.
Enough. No, we're not purring. I think that's the perfect description. We're not stuttering either. It's just not quite what we want.
Yeah. Newby to Johnson. Across his own penalty area. Harrison Mail again comes out of his box to get involved in the play. Gives it to Morgan Williams. He could have left that for Morgan Williams if he wanted Harrison Mail, but he wanted to get involved. Keep warm on a cold evening in the northeast. Fagan Walcott back to Johnson. On the edge of his own penalty area, sitting off him. He gives it to Fagan Walcott. Back once more to Zach Johnson. in his own box. Nice ball as he plays it out, and then Boateng turns and feeds it nicely and crisply to Newby on the left-hand side. He comes in field. Still got it, Alex Newby. Come halfway across the field and then lays it off to Williams. Williams to Gray on the edge of the penalty area, this right-hand side. Williams provides the overlap. Gray goes in field to Ollie, and it's a poor return. Simple ball from Greg Ollie, who's 10 yards behind Joe Gray. He's had to go back and get it, and now the momentum of the move has stalled, and it goes back to Hunt on halfway. And he's lost possession now. Now they can come forward on the break. They've got 2-on-1 here at Gateshead. Down this left-hand side, through a goal. Someone's let him run into the box. Hunt needs to get a tackle. He's still got it, the Gateshead man. He gets a great block in, does Alex Hunt, and it goes into touch for a throw-in on this near side. City caught out completely by one sloppy pass from Greg Ollie on this near side.
Yeah, it needed to be so much better, and it was good approach play from City up until the point Greg Ollie just missed Joe Gray with the pass and set Gateshead off. And thankfully, Alex Hunt was like it's like a dog with a bone, wasn't he? He was not letting go. He was hanging on for dear life, and he managed to defend the goal, thankfully.
You look at the amount of times that City do concede this season. I'd love to know how many of them have actually been from their own mistake, giving away the ball in possession down the other end of the field, because we leave ourselves so short at the back.
Yeah. We're an ambitious team attacking sense.
Right, this is a dangerous throw-in, though. Long throw, right the corner flag. Everyone in the 6-yard box, and it comes now. It's a deep one, and it's all the way across. It's not dealt with, and it's into the back of the net. Long throw. They did deal with the first ball. Who's that missed that at the back post? And it's fired across goal, past Harrison Mayle, into the net. Gateshead have the lead. It's Gateshead 1, York City 0, and it's all of their own doing.
Oh, it's a shabby goal to concede. City have not dealt with the long throw well at all. I think it's gone right across the lot of us. But I think there's a player at the back end had a real opportunity to put his foot through it and clear it. I might be wrong. And he didn't take the opportunity, and then it struck. Oh, it is.
It's over,
Newby.
everyone. It's Newby. Completely misses his kick, Alex.
Oh.
Well, we've thought he's been off it the last couple of games in spells. He just seems to have these moments, doesn't he? And he's completely fluffed his lines there as Alex Newby.
Defensively.
And it's an easy finish for the Gateshead man at the back post. It's Keaton Ward for his 5th goal of the season.
In fairness to Newby, he has on that occasion tried to put his foot through it. He's just got it all wrong. He's just missed the ball, and that is a really poor goal to concede from York City's point of view. It bounced up. I'm not sure why he's missed it. It looks easier to put your foot through it. It is. It
bounces in the 6-yard box, and then he's took a swing, and it's hit his standing leg again. He's completely missed it. Hits his standing leg, and there's Ward behind him to just blast it into an empty net from 2 or 3 yards out.
I mean, the only thing you could say maybe that Newby saw it very last minute, very late, but he has to be doing better there, Alex Newby, I'm afraid. That has, unfortunately, finds City 1 down.
Mail clears. Flicked forward. And it finds Stones. Stones turns his man, lays it off to Newby, to Boateng in the centre of midfield. So City have got 2.5 minutes to go at half-time to try and get back on level terms. Across to Gray on this near side. Gray comes in field, goes back to Hunt. Now to Williams on the right. Williams will go back to Hunt. Could put a first-time ball in, instead threads it through to Ollie. Ollie back to goal, has to go back to Gray. City going backwards here, now back once more to Greg Ollie. He'll now come forward, edge of the penalty area. The centre, still got it, Greg Ollie. Feeds it through to Stones, just overhit. And then that's sliced by the defender, and that'll go out for a corner kick. Is it? Kept in by the goalkeeper as he's flapping away on the far side, and it eventually goes out for a York City throw-in as the ball spins away.
Yeah, City again, the good stuff is coming down this right-hand side with Joe Gray. And City now, they need to move into the next gear now, David.
Certainly do. It's a bits and pieces performance, isn't it? 'Cause even that, Greg Ollie did the first couple of things really well, but then he just lost control of the ball. The pass just wasn't crisp enough, and he overhit it.
It sort of started from that area, didn't it? That pass.
Hunt at the back. He'll swing it in from a deep position. Pearce nods it back into the middle. The linesman puts his flag up. I don't think he was offside there.
I'm not sure he was offside there.
We're directly in line with that. He was certainly beyond the last man by the time the ball got to him, but I don't think he was when it was first played. Anyway, nothing came of it. The flag is up, and it's offside, and it's a free kick to the home team. 1-0 they lead.
Yeah. I think Stuart Maynard at half-time will be encouraging his team just to keep doing what they're doing, but with a little bit more. They need a little bit more up top. Try and break through his Gateshead defence.
Goalkeeper clears. And then, I often say this, but it's the Gateshead fans you can actually hear in the International Stadium. Down this left-hand side with Chapman. Chapman lays it off back to the goal scorer Ward. Good name, but that's about all he's got going for him. Back to Chapman. Nice little give and go for him. Cross into the box, a deep one, a Manchi header, back across goal, and he's put it, good 10 yards wide. He's got his hands on his head. He should have scored. That should be 2-0 Gateshead.
That's a bad miss. It's good play from Gateshead down this left-hand side. They really have done ever so well, and it's a great cross. And a Manchi, I think, I hate to say, it's probably on the back of Alex Newby, again at the back post. I might be wrong.
Newby is now coming forward. He's been caught on the ball here. The referee's given him the decision.
Yeah,
He's been pulled down.
Alex Newby's marking a Manchi, and it's not a match. Manchi's head and shoulders above him, so Malachi's a spare man, but Newby's got totally done.
Oh God, he just completely leaves him and then apologises immediately.
Yeah, you got to at least stand in the way.
Gray down this right-hand side, puts a cross in, looking for Stones. Stones wins a header, and he's put it a yard over the bar. Half a chance that for Josh Stones.
That is
First sight of goal that he's had. Yeah. He couldn't keep it down.
Again, it's Joe Gray. It's a good ball in, and Josh Stones just couldn't get above the ball enough with that hang he does in the air. He just couldn't hang enough there on this occasion. But City, Alex Newby again at the back post, defensively. The goal, you got to say it's probably come from, it has come from his error, and that one really, Manchi has to score. I don't know how he's missed it. I mean, it's a mismatch, isn't it? Manchi looks 6 foot plus, and Newby is a lot smaller, so something for City to work on.
We've played an additional 1 minute. I didn't see how much went up on the board, so we're miles away from it. I didn't catch out the corner of my eye. Into the second added minute. City try and clear, and it's put into touch by Nicholson on halfway. Fourth official has to feed the ball to Ollie. Ollie wanted to take the throw in quickly, and the fourth official stopped him from doing so.
He just stood in front of him, didn't he, the fourth official then?
And now Stuart Maynard's gone to say...
Not really sure it's his job to do that.
No. Long ball downfield, and that'll go all the way through to the Gateshead goalkeeper.
Josh Stone's chasing it through as he does, putting pressure on the keeper. I mean, City, they just need to find that extra gear right now.
Big up and under from the goalkeeper downfield. Stuart Maynard's trying to point something else out down to the fourth official. Back it goes to Mail. Mail dinks it forward, looking for Gray on halfway. Nicholson gets in front of him and heads that into touch. Another big round of applause. The crowd are now involved. That's half time, and the home team here are getting a standing ovation for that first half performance. Well, let's see. Alex Newby error, I'm afraid, that has cost York City. He almost doubled down on that and had a second error. And City could easily, at the break-in, find themselves 2-0 down. It is only the one goal. They started off really well, especially when they fed it out to this right-hand side for Joe Gray. But it hasn't really clicked for York City in that opening 45 overall, and they've yet to test the goalkeeper into any sort of action.
Yeah, I think that's a fair assessment. I think City did start off well, and in patches, they've looked like the City we've come sort of used to seeing. Some of the attacking play, again, has been fantastic without really testing the keeper at this point. But unfortunately, from a defensive point of view, Alex Newby's got caught out for the goal. Nearly got caught out again. The good thing going into the second half, David, is it's just one, because that is a big chance that he's missed, and Gateshead might just rue that.
And we've seen York City turn it round on plenty of occasions over the last couple of years. But boy, do they need to turn this one around in the second half here tonight at the Gateshead International Stadium. At half-time, it's Gateshead 1, York City 0.
Every game live and getting you closer to your club.
BBC Radio York Sport.
Because of you, every day is brighter. Because of you, North Yorkshire is a better place.
They inspire us every day.
You go the extra mile. You make the impossible feel possible. You and people just like you are the spark that makes a difference.
To nominate a local hero for a Make a Difference award, go to bbc.co.uk/Make a Difference, where you'll find a list of categories, full terms and our privacy notice. Nominations close on the 31st of March at 5 p.m.
Make a difference. We can make a difference. BBC Radio York.
So you're listening to coverage of York City's trip to the North East. Not a very happy trip to the North East, matching the weather really. Miserable, that first half from York City. Never really got going, never really looked as if they were likely to score a goal, and they trail by a goal to nil at half-time, with Keaton Ward getting Keaton Ward getting the goal after 41 minutes after a bit of a defensive calamity by one of the York City defenders, by Alex Newby on that left-hand side. Let me run through the other half-time scores then elsewhere tonight. We'll start in the National League. Most of these games are at half-time or very close to half-time in injury time if the whistle hasn't been blown. Aldershot 1, Boreham Wood 2 is a half-time score. They're still playing at Boston, which is where York City go next Friday, Good Friday. It's Boston United 1, Altrincham 0. Brackley Town 0, Braintree Town 0 in that battle of two teams desperately trying to avoid the drop out of the National League into National League. Well, Brackley, I suppose, will probably go back into National North next season. Braintree Town into the South. Eastleigh 0, Sutton United 1. Eastleigh down to 10 men after their goalkeeper Nick Townsend was sent off in the opening 6 minutes. They then conceded and they trail by a 0-0 at the break. It's goalless between Halifax Town and Carlisle United. A couple of games in the EFL. Remember, we're on the international break now for the Premier League and for the Championship. A number of League One and League Two clubs have had their games at the weekend called off because of various international call-ups. Not just for first 11s for their countries, but also under 21 games across the globe that are taking place in the next couple of weeks. In League 1, Doncaster Rovers 1, Port Vale 0, and in League 2, Oldham Athletic 1, Notts County 0. We'll try and get you the scorelines of some of our local sides in North Yorkshire that are playing in 5 or 6 minutes. But after tonight, our next live sport on BBC Radio York will be Rugby League. Let's talk Rugby League for the next few minutes. York Knights head coach Mark Applegarth says Paul McShane is fit and available for selection against Wakefield on Friday night. The hooker was withdrawn from last week's narrow defeat to Wigan with a suspected fractured hand. But Applegarth has told us today he's now been given the all clear.
Yeah, thankfully, it was just some pretty nasty bruising. It settled right down. It swelled up pretty bad in the game, and he was struggling to grip a ball. But he'll be in contention. He's trained fully today, so there's no issues there. And I think apart from that was his main concern, wasn't it? Going out of the Wigan game was just Macca.
How relieved are you to hear about that? Because, the games he has played, he's been such a dominant force and brings so much Super League experience to you as well. Yeah, listen, he's a former man of steel. He's been right at the pinnacle of the game, hasn't he? So he's a massive player for us. It goes without saying. And it's not only what he does ability-wise. I think that's there for everyone to see. But he's a bit of glue for us in that middle. He's very good at directing us with structure through that middle third, and bringing people together, and that's integral to what we do. So relieved that he's not, a serious one. Really glad that he gets to go again on Friday. That said, how impressed have you been with Deneve Barnforth when he's come on and deputised for Paul as well? Yeah, Deneve's great, and for me, Deneve is one of the best in playing that impact 14 role, coming off the bench and bringing some energy. I think Wayfield's got another one that's really good in that, in Harvey Smith. Now, I won't be surprised to see him back in the squad for Friday night, so that'll be a good matchup. Deneve, I can't speak highly enough of him. He played through the pain barrier for that first 3 weeks, so we probably didn't see the best of him. He was playing with an ankle injury. Now he's getting over that and he's starting to find his feet again. I think people will see, the best of Deneve Barnforth for sure. And I think King Vuniyayawa, you mentioned, was a selection. So was he unlucky to miss out last week after 2 tries the week before in the Challenge Cup? Yeah, very unlucky to miss out. And, that was a pretty difficult chat, between myself and King. But he's an absolute champion lad, proper team player, and he understood. And, that's part of coaching, isn't it? Some weeks you've got to have them difficult conversations. And I've always found if you're honest with people, people may not like it at the time, but they'll respect you for the honesty and that you give it to them. When we spoke a couple of weeks ago, we mentioned Kieran Buchanan, and you mentioned that it was maybe a bit too early for him to come back against Leeds. How is he now, and how has he been training over the last few weeks? Yeah, Kieran's back fit now. As I said, it was just probably a week too early. So, he'll be fully in the mix for Friday. And likewise, Will Dagger, I'm guessing? Dags is looking really sharp. Yeah, Dags is definitely causing me some selection headaches. And I think the beauty of Dags is you can throw him,
a number of positions, and he'll play to a nice standard for you. And I think with the new ruck rules, the game suits his style of play. So Dags is definitely in contention for Friday night.
It's been really difficult since Ter Matarafa came in to sort of unseat him from that sort of fullback role for anyone in the squad this year or last year, really. Is that naturally where you see Will being fitting into your squad, or being a utility player? Can he play a number of other positions? Do you consider him that actually his best position might be elsewhere on the field?
Listen, Toa has been absolutely outstanding, and I've always said to players that we'll pick on merit. Whoever's playing the best will keep the shirts, and Toa's definitely been in as top 3 performers in most games to date. These are sort of selection headaches you want in terms of quality players all fighting out for one spot. To answer your question, Toa, I think, why I wouldn't move him from fullback when he's playing how he is. Could he play other positions? Yes, he could. Would he be quite comfy playing other positions? Of course he would. These lads just want shirts in the team. So, these are sort of things that we chat as a coaching staff. And as I said, it's good to have a few selection headaches and, not the other way around.
And just finally on the team, Josh Griffin, you selected instead of Ollie Field, but you mentioned his experience, and we've spoken about the likes of Paul Vaughan, we've spoken about the likes of Paul McShane as well for experience. How much is Josh giving you from an experience point of view as well?
Yeah, Josh is, he's a class act. Not only is he, still a top performer, he's got a lot of standing in the group, and he speaks a lot of sense when he does speak. And he's, I think, between Fieldy, Griff and Jesse, they're really forming some good partnerships there and putting pressure on each other. And the beauty is, Josh, I don't think he'll mind me saying, he's near the back end of his career, and he's quite happy to nurture Fieldy into that back row slot. So I think there's a natural progression there. There'll be some games where we'll give Fieldy his starts, and there'll be other games where he'll have to be patient off the bench. And we just felt against Wigan that with the size of Wigan's back row in December and Walters, Jesse and Josh were a great pairing, and I think it'll be another good matchup this week with Vangana and Nicotimo. Versus whichever combo we go there. So it's just a case of picking the right combo that you feel will bring the best out in your team in whatever game it is you play. So, really glad that Griff's on the team.
I know you've been asked about your time at Wakefield before, but do you go up against them this week with a point to prove?
No, as I say, I don't think it's anything to do with me. It's about the teams out there. Things happen in life. Life moves on. I've definitely moved on, and I'm happy at York, and Wakefield's moved on. I think Darrell's a fantastic coach who's doing a cracking job there. Matt's obviously come in and invested heavily, not only on the field but off the field, and transformed the club in that sense. And I didn't any narrative to be about myself or Darrell, and I think. There's two fantastic teams going at each other on Friday night, and I'd like to think that that'll take all the headlines.
That's the York Knights coach, Mark Applegarth, speaking ahead of Friday night's game against Wakefield in Super League. Of course, a game you'll be able to hear live on BBC Radio York. I'm just watching Ian Dunn make his way back up the mountain of stairs in the stand that we're sitting. He just quickly, while that was on, walked all the way around the athletics track, past the high jump matting to my right hand side to go and have a chat with a couple of York fans. He's about to walk in here now, and I'm going to ask him a question as soon as he walks in, see how out of breath he is. He'll come through the door any second now. While waiting for him, let me run through these scorelines involving some of North Yorkshire's other sides. Pickering Town 3-0 up away at Wimwell Town in the Northern Counties East League. Northallerton Town 1 up against Yarmouth Eaglescliff in the North Riding County Cup semi-final. What could have been for York City, of course. It was Yarmouth Eaglescliff that beat York City. And Tadcaster Albion's game in the West Riding County Cup was called off. Ian Dunn, former York City striker, as he puts his headphones on alongside me. The York City players are coming out. You out of breath?
I am a little bit, yeah. I've done my 400 metres.
I was watching. I expect you to do a little Fosbury flop onto the high jump mat.
I thought about it and I thought, no, best not.
Yeah.
But it is very wet out there still, on the track especially. City need more, David, second half.
We've been sent out earlier here, I would suggest.
Yep, I think Stuart Maynard's probably looking at his team and thinking, you need to get out there and start this game off, this second half off in a real race.
Just trying to see if there are any changes. That's not the Stuart Maynard way, I have to say. He doesn't do half-time changes, does he? Generally, unless there's a yellow card or something involved. And I don't see any changes at the start.
The general
of this
consensus, just speaking over there, is, and it's a point that actually I missed. With no Kitchen there and no Brooks, there's no left foot. And you've also got Malachi playing on the left. So you've got Malachi and Alex Newby are both predominantly right-footed players. There's no left-handed width, David, and I think it's a good point.
Well, we've said during commentary, all of York City's best attacking bits have come through Gray and down this right-hand side.
Yeah.
There's not been much over there from Greg Ollie and his side.
No, but in so many games this season, we've had threats from both sides. Whereas tonight, I'm not picking on Alex Newby because of the goal. He just hasn't been in the positions that Joe Gray's been in. To put the ball into dangerous areas.
Well, City are actually ready now for kick-off. I've never seen this before. No. They're not just warming up, they're ready for kick-off. A couple of players having a chat with the goalkeeper. They're sort of like the back four, the three centre-backs and the goalkeeper. The rest are in their positions ready for kick-off. Yet the opposition, nowhere even coming onto the field or the referee. City are desperate to get back underway here.
Yeah, they're making City wait. They're not making City wait. I think City have come out extraordinarily early, haven't they? Because the referee, there's no sign of him either. So... yeah, City have been told to go out there by Stuart Maynard and get themselves ready for this second half. This is a big half of football. We talked about, having the initiative and putting pressure on Rochdale for tomorrow. Well, losing this game, that isn't in the agenda tonight, and that is almost handing the initiative across to Rochdale. So we need more from City. They'll be expecting more as well.
Yes, that was Gateshead. You probably heard the round of applause and the backing, the encouragement from the Gateshead fans alongside us here, just to our left-hand side, as we sit right down one end of this main stand at the International Stadium. The Gateshead players making their way back out onto the field. Still no sign of the officials. Here he comes. The referee, Stuart Copeland.
He was in the police, wasn't
he? Sorry, Steve Copeland.
He definitely wasn't in the police. He
wasn't. Ball under his arm as he makes his way across to the centre circle. So 45 minutes as things stand for York City to find a couple of goals and to go top of the National League.
And again, right now, you bet your bottom dollar, Rochdale will be watching this result.
Big time.
Feeding through, and they'll be thinking, here we go. So if City could turn this round, psychologically, again, it would swing it in City's favour.
Right, City in their blue are going to be kicking off. Shooting from right to left. Referee is now ready to get things back underway. Neither side has made a change.
We could have been in our red tonight, couldn't we? All red?
Yeah, he checks with both goalkeepers. So City, Mail, Fagan Walcott, Johnson, Williams, Newby, Boateng, Hunt, Gray, Ollie, Pearce and Stones. That's the whistle. Gateshead as City give it back to Hunt of Desbois in goal. Ferguson, Nicholson and Radcliffe are the three centre-backs. City move it out to this left-hand side. Newby comes in field, threads it through. No, he can't get it past his man, but it falls nicely to Hunt. Now he gives it to Fagan Walcott on the left, back to Hunt. He can put a cross in if he wants to. In fact, he goes down the line to Fagan Walcott, who's in round the back, right from the kick-off. In the middle, flick header across goal, and it goes wide of goal, and he's going to go out for a throw-in far side. Greg Ollie got across his man, just not enough to direct it towards goal.
Yeah, and you know what? I was about to highlight, when it went to Malachi the first time, he couldn't bring it onto his left foot to put a cross in. The next time it did come to him, he swung his left foot. It wasn't a bad ball in, actually.
So the home team, the centre-backs, Nicholson, Ferguson and Radcliffe. Chapman's the left wing-back. Kenton Richardson, the right wing-back. In the centre, Fenton John, he's picked up a yellow card. Jacob Butterfield, Keaton Ward, Josh Home and Levi Amanchi is the lone forward and missed a glorious chance to get a second goal just before the break. City come forward down the right side. Ollie into the penalty area to Stones. He's going to be crowded out as Josh Stones, but he manages to get something on the ball and lay it off back to Hunt, who comes into the box. Back it goes to Ollie right hand side. Now Gray to just chip a ball into the box, easily dealt with. Diego area. Hunt, good save by the goalkeeper, diving away to his left hand side as Hunt cushioned a volley from the edge of the box. Picked up by Boateng. He'll shoot. It's blocked again by Gateshead. Stones then, he's blocked. And it's going to come back, and who's got over there who's going to try and pick it up? Morgan Williams, and he's forced off the ball. City 2-on-2 at the back, through to Amanchi, 1-on-1. He's just got to get past Johnson. Can he? Amanchi? No, great from Zach Johnson. Andy beats his second man, but then he gives away possession to Zach Johnson after doing so well on two occasions. Gateshead have it. They skip past Boateng, up towards the edge of the box. Shot comes in. Harrison Mail has to gather.
Wow. I mean, we see more action in this first 2 or 3 minutes here than most of that first half there. Good
Lovely cushioned volley from Alex Hunt. Good save by the goalkeeper, diving away to his left-hand side. Boateng, ball over the top, completely overhit, all the way through to the goalkeeper it goes from Hiram Boateng.
Yeah.
So Gateshead 1, York City 0. City needing a bit of inspiration to get themselves back in this game.
I don't mind Boateng. I think they probably City saying get it from back to front a little bit quicker. We need to press their defence, push them back, give them something to think about. Don't play too much in our own half, which is sort of our MO, really.
Well, you imagine that they need the points to Gateshead, clearly,
Yeah.
aren't they, in that last relegation zone. Tonight, I think, would be a bonus if they were to get anything. As I mentioned earlier on, they've been beaten in every game against the top 6 home and away this season. They've failed to score in 8 of their home matches this season. They've only beaten Tamworth, Braintree and Wealdstone.
Wow.
So they're not going to be full of confidence here taking on York City, despite the fact that they have this lead.
They haven't looked lacking in confidence, though, as a team, as a unit. So we need to get at them. And you get that goal, maybe their confidence will disintegrate.
Boateng spreads it to this left-hand side to Newby. With a point to prove, you would have thought. Edge of the penalty area, he goes down the line. Newby, cross into the box, can't beat the first man. Into touch it goes, York City throw in.
Good play from Alex Newby, though. Having a real go down the left-hand side.
Takes it quickly to Fagan Walcott.
That final ball could be better, David, couldn't it?
Yeah, it could tonight. Definitely. To Hunt, who's last man on halfway. Everyone in the Gateshead half of the field. York fans, the far side, getting behind their team. To Ollie. Ollie inside right, goes out to the right hand side to Gray. Gray gets past the first man, comes across the face of the penalty area. Gray still got it, forced away from goal. Back it goes to Fagan Walcott.
He's got to turn him back onto his right foot. That's the difference. Kitchen goes out there, doesn't he, with his left foot.
Hunt down the right hand side to Ollie once more over there in the gloom. Back it comes to Johnson in the centre circle. Fagan Walcott. Newby thought about coming forward and then puts the brakes on, comes in field instead. Gives it to Boateng. Now to the right hand side to Williams, all the way back across it comes to Johnson. Johnson first time to Newby. Newby goes forward, bit more direct this time. Up towards the edge of the box, goes to the byline, pulls it back, can't beat the first man again from Alex Newby, which is just what you just said a second ago, Ian.
It can get frustrating, but he's trying. He's trying the right things. Just needs to find that ball, find that final delivery.
Harrison Mayle under pressure at the back.
Ooh.
Lays it off to Hunt. First time, nice ball around the corner before Home could get there. That's a nice little 1-2.
Wow.
Williams in field, but Stones is on his heels, and then he catches the heels of the Gateshead man. The referee blew there, didn't he? But he's allowed play to go on, given advantage. Round the back, come Gateshead on the left-hand side into the penalty area. Cross comes into the box. It's blocked by Alex Hunt, and that goes behind for a goal kick as it took a little double ricochet off the Gateshead man. And the referee says, "You got the last touch." Harrison Mayle, a goal kick. The Home Tide lead by a 0-0. 5 minutes gone in the second half on BBC Radio York.
Yeah, good tracking again by Alex Hunt. That's a side of his game that is. He shouldn't go unnoticed because he really does follow them runners and gets his body in between the ball and goal. Oh.
Long ball downfield by Mayle, looking for Stones. He's beaten to it. In fact, he's fouled his defender, and he's rolling around on the floor over there. Brad Nicholson.
Goalkeeper's very angry with Josh Stones there, you know. I'm not sure. I didn't see much, but maybe he's just left a leg in. Has he left a leg dangling in? Josh Stones on the defender.
It's not enough to get a yellow card, whatever he's done.
I didn't think it was. He looked a little bit aghast, his Stones, when the keeper came running out, all angry at him. He soon stopped when he saw Josh Stones staring him down.
He's up as well, didn't need any treatment.
Yeah. Overreaction from the keeper, I think.
Yeah, he's a long ball downfield by Mayle. It's David Ferguson, actually. I think he just slips, you know.
There's nothing in it, is there? What's the goalie doing? You think?
Yeah, I don't know. I think he just slips there, David Ferguson. Don't think there's any contact.
No.
Well, he did the trick.
He did.
Free kick for the goalkeeper to take onto the head of Zach Johnson. He sends it forward, intercepted, and it comes back to Johnson. He gives it back to Mayle. Mayle spreads his arms and asks his centre-backs to go either side of the penalty area, so he has options. Instead he goes long, but it's overhit, and Gray can't keep that in field.
Yeah, City need to. They started off. They're asking the right questions. They are having a go. They've got to keep this up now for the next 40 odd minutes, and hopefully get a chance.
Throwing then on halfway to the home side, and they've gone back to their goalkeeper. 10 yards outside his penalty area, sends it long. How would you describe the Gateshead goalkeeper's shirt? It reminds me of the David Seaman shirt he wore in Euro
Yes.
96, for those that remember that.
Very much so, yeah. Like yellow and just a mess.
Flashes of lots of different colours, yeah.
A mess on the front, a mess of colours.
That goes out for a goal kick off for Manchi. Harrison Mail goes to get the spare ball once more.
It's like a
Off the
suit
little
of
coat.
armour. It looks like a suit of armour, doesn't it?
What, the goalkeeping kit?
Yeah, the top, the silver bit at the front.
Looks awful.
It does.
I bet they don't sell many of them in the club shop.
No.
Mail. Long ball downfield. Stones, good header to the right hand side to Gray. Gray will run at the full-back. Gets past him on the outside. Into the box it comes to Ollie. He's got his back to goal though. Has to lay it off. Hunt will take on the curling shot, but again it's a side-footed pass sort kind of shot really. Easily intercepted by Gateshead. And Boateng almost gives it away at the back. Almost caught short again there, City. 2-on-1.
They're taking
Fagan
risks.
Walcott comes back to help out. Again, long by Mail. And then Stones again runs into the defender. Again, Ferguson falls to the ground. Again, the referee blows his whistle.
Again, the
and gives
keeper
the
looks
free
for a
kick.
yellow card.
And again, the referee just walks away. Looks a bit frustrated tonight, Josh Stones.
Yeah, he does. Yeah, we've not managed to bring him into the game as much as we need to. We need more delivery into him, into areas where he can cause a little bit of upset.
Where's the rain when you need it, Ian Dunn?
Well, I'm doing the rain dance now, David. We want this off, don't we? If it starts
just
teeming
for the
down,
giggles, yeah.
Yeah, the giggles would be immense.
Mail to Boateng. Boateng sends it forward. Stones are going to have to get on his bike to get anywhere near that.
What's the
Goalkeeper
keeper
comes
doing?
out of his area. Stones tries to put the block on it again. Keeper puts it into
The
touch.
keeper's just trying to get involved a bit. I don't know. Just my observation, just there with Stones and the foul, and he's on the edge of his box. He's keen to be involved, and I think that's a good thing for City if we can tease him out of that goal.
Fagan Walcott with a throw in front of his technical dugout. Technical area, I should say, the dugout.
Dugouts have gone, haven't they?
Oh, I don't know. What do you call them down there?
Well, the technical area. Oh no, it's still a dugout, isn't it? In front of the area. In back of the
Johnson, in his own box, gives it to Fagan Walcott.
Oh, no.
Oh
no.
Under pressure, but he's giving that straight to a white shirt as Fagan Walcott. Unusual for him. Down the right-hand side. Richardson. He goes back to Radcliffe. Radcliffe to Ferguson. Cross now to the left-hand side to Nicholson. Into the middle. Hunt can't get there on the tackle. One in the tackle, though, by Morgan Williams, and it falls now nicely to Hunt after Stones gets it for City. Ollie back to the right-hand side to Hunt. He'll keep it in play. Needs a bit of help. He can play it back down the line to Gray, and he does. Gray will come in field. It's the edge of the penalty area. Gray tries to get his left foot, takes on the shot. He blocks, appeals for handball in the penalty area. Nothing given, still not cleared. Stones back once more to the far side. In it comes again from Gray. On the stretch by Ferguson, loops it up into the air. It's going to be picked up on the edge of the box. The referee's given a free kick against Greg Ollie in the area for handball, I think, or maybe a high foot. One or the other was definitely something. Ollie doesn't like the decision.
The ball certainly hit the Gateshead player's arm in the box, whether it was too close for the referee.
Maynard's having a word with the fourth official again down this near side.
I think there's a shout there, you know. If only we had VAR.
Your favourite thing, VAR.
It's terrible, isn't it? Yeah, it'd be interesting to see how much of a hand was on it. Oh! And he fell on it. He fell on it.
I'm not even sure it does, but if it does, he can't be giving those.
Nah.
Goalkeeper clears. Headed in field. And it falls nicely to a white shirt. Good tackle by Fagan Walcott. Boateng to Pierce. Pierce, that's a nice ball. It just took a little nick, and then it's a bit of a tight situation that Fagan Walcott comes out in, and then he's prowled. Free kick to York City. The crowd away to our left-hand side don't like it. They're up in arms, but it was. And now a Gateshead man throws himself to the ground, trying to get Fagan Walcott booked. The York man's gone across. Alex Newby to try and pull him back to his feet. He's milking this for all it's worth. There's absolutely nothing in there. This is play acting, and pretty shameful, to be honest, from the Gateshead player.
It is shameful. Embarrassing. Absolutely.
The referee's told him to get up. Just give him a yellow card and tell him while he gets up.
Yeah.
Why can't they do that? They should be able to. That's play acting, trying to get another player, a fellow professional, booked or sent off.
It is.
The referee's calling because
well
he does.
done,
Well
referee.
played, referee. And now he gives him the yellow. Superb refereeing
Yep.
From Steve Copeland. That you hardly ever see that. That is absolutely brilliant because he was play acting, was the Gateshead man.
Yep.
He was trying to get Fagan Walcott booked or sent off, and the referee did not buy it and says, here you go, you have the yellow card.
Excellent refereeing. 10 out of 10. 10 out of 10. Love to see that. And the thing is, he was trying to keep the ball off Fagan Walcott initially. He was trying to keep the ball off him.
It might have been the fourth official who's getting a bit of grief now off the Gateshead bench that told him, because it was right in front of him as well. But they've come to the right decision. Well played, the officials, on that one.
Yeah. Love it to see.
Johnson at the back to Fagan Walcott. Fagan Walcott. And he leaves a little bit in there, and Fagan Walcott, he just got rid of it in time. Johnson. Back it goes to Mail. Now to Johnson. City can't afford, though, to get involved in a physical battle, can they? They need to keep their minds on the job in hand here. To the right-hand side it goes to Williams. The ball boys on that far side is having a big game of their own on the athletics track, knocking the ball down the line. Mail finds Stones, he nods it down. Two York players leave it to each other. Greg Ollie eventually says, I'm going to have to go and take control of this. And now they move it back across this left-hand side. Gateshead 1, York 0, approaching the hour mark. Newby on the left-hand side. Stay on side in front of him, Fagan Walcott. Newby has got past his man into the box. Tries to pull it back. Can't be the first man again for the umpteenth time tonight, Alex Newby.
Yeah, he's got such ability. He gets himself in great areas, but that first man beat him.
Now he comes in field, locks it into the box, headed away by Gateshead as far as Hunt on the right-hand side of the area. He'll swing it in. He doesn't beat the first man this time. Back it comes to Johnson. He nods it to Boateng. Boateng to Newby again on the left-hand side. Newby goes to the byline. Left-hand side into the arms of the goalkeeper.
Such a shame. Like I say, he gets into some great positions, Alex Newby. He's trying all the right things, but that final ball's just eluding him.
Tell you what, that was good distribution from the goalkeeper. He's pinged it down this right-hand side, and Butterfield, the player coach, just couldn't control it, and it goes into touch for a York City throw-in. How long does Stuart Maynard leave this?
Well, I'm already thinking, the King Banks link up down the right-hand side and Brooks down the left would be my, don't want to give too much.
So they still haven't created a chance here, really, City.
No.
The goalkeeper had the save from Hunt.
It does look a little bit imbalanced with no left foot. Now it's been brought to my attention. They're good players, but there isn't everything's going in.
It's going to be Gateshead that are making a change, a double change in a second. Newby comes across the centre of the pitch. Gives it to Williams. Williams now to Gray on the right-hand side in front of the York City supporters. He'll come in field and gives it to Ollie. Ollie will go back to Gray. Level with the edge of the penalty area, hugging the touchline. Now he'll come in field again. Will Joe Gray. Feeds it down the line to Boateng. Great in front of the goalkeeper. Cleared off the line. Back it comes once more. And Gateshead are going to put this into touch, are they? No, they've kept it in play. Oh, that's the closest City have come. They got it past the goalkeepers. Good defending. Now given away. Hunt takes on the shot, and it's a yard over the bar from the corner of the penalty area. And the referee says there's a deflection on that, whether it's the goalkeeper or the defender. I think it's probably a defender, and he gives York City a corner. Just their second of this game, first of this second half.
Yeah, good football. I think it was Morgan Williams found himself inside the right there, and he's just got his shot off. Decent play from City. Better play from City.
Boateng's going to take this corner from the far side. Boateng raises his right arm. Now he drops it. And it comes now, left-footed, into the middle. Goalkeeper, good punch. Another York City corner. When it comes back to Boateng, he didn't let it go out. Hunt can't beat the first man on the stretch, and they clear. De Gateshead, but it's going to come back again on that right. This time with Gray. Comes in field once more. Cross it comes to Newby, 30 yards from goal. Alex Newby can fade it back out to the right-hand side to Boateng. Boateng swings it in, headed clear by Ferguson, I think it was this time. Back to Newby, who's now found himself on the right-hand side. He goes back to Gray, who's currently last man. Gray to Hunt. Hunt to Fagan Walcott on the left, just outside the penalty area. Back to Hunt, goes to give and go, and gets it back, Fagan Walcott. Into the box, it comes into the middle. Oh, free header, what a chance. Best chance of the game, and it's been put well wide of goal from Zach Johnson. Got it all wrong, 2 or 3 yards out. All he had to do was direct it towards the goal. It would have been the equaliser, didn't even have to get off the ground.
That was a huge chance. Zach Johnson, he knows it, the whole team know it, and it looks like the substitutions are coming, David, down there.
Double change for both sides.
Yeah, good play from Malachi Den down there. Him and Hunt working, fashioning an opening. The crossing was good, and Zach Johnson just a little bit 50p head there. just got it wrong. City could do with something around now, David. What is the 28 minutes of normal time left?
So the changes for the home team.
Oh, it's so close, Zach Johnson. Oh, no, he's got to score, David. He's got to score.
He certainly does. 22, Josh Anifowose is coming on. So too is Ash Boatswain. Trying to see who it is down there that's coming off. And for York City, it's Brooks and Banks that are coming on.
Is it Morgan Williams? It pushes Malachi across to the right again, David.
So was that Williams that went off?
Yeah, it looks like
and
Ben
Ollie
Brooks
comes
is
off
gonna
and he's
be,
getting a standing ovation is Greg Ollie.
Yeah. They'll be happy to see him back playing football after that horrendous injury he got. But what this does for York, David, is it puts Malachi back over in his favoured right-hand side. And it looks like Ben Brooks is going to be the third centre-back here, with Alex Newby at left wing-back.
Yep, you're right. It is. So Brooks is the left wing-back. Sorry, the left centre-back. Fagan Walcott goes across the right. Newby stays on. Banks straight swap for Ollie. Butterfield went off for Boatswain. And I'm trying to still see who it was that went off. It was Josh Home who got a yellow card in that first half.
Yeah, it was.
He went off
Yeah.
for Anifowose. So City still got work to do here. Quite a lot of work to do.
A lot of work.
Trailing by a goal to nil. 64 minutes gone on BBC Radio York on this Tuesday evening. Johnson, who just missed the most gilt edge of chances to equalise for York City, gives it to Brooks, his orange boots. He'll go long down the left-hand side, asking Josh Stones to go running after it. Stones runs into his defender. The referee says it would have been a foul, but because it's gone all the way through to the goalkeeper, I'll allow play to go on. Stones and the Gateshead man now getting to their feet. Ferguson. I think it was a foul by Stones, that one.
Just ran into him. I'm not... It was just old-fashioned number 9, wasn't it? Just run right into the defender and they both fall down.
It's the goalkeeper. He's been told to get a move on by the referee here. He puts it on the floor eventually and then clears right-footed. Downfield. Oh, Newby's beaten to that one. And the white shirts have it. In the centre of the field, they're coming towards the edge of the York City box. Down the right-hand side, they're rounding around the back. Still got it of Gateshead on this right-hand side. Cross comes in, tapped into the back of the net. It's 2-0. Oh no! 2-0 to the home team. Again, it was Alex Newby that first gave the ball away on this left-hand side. He didn't do enough, and then as a team, a defensive unit, City were completely caught out in the centre. They were sleeping in there, and it was prodded into the back of the net. And Gateshead now have a 2-goal lead, and it's all going badly wrong for York City. I think it's Anifowose, who's just come on, that may have got the goal. But whoever it is, it's 2-0 to the home side, Ian Dunn.
Yeah, I think Alex Newby's got out-muscled in the build-up to that, and then Gateshead, it's fair play, it's good football, but I think City should defend. Oh, Newby's got done again. He's got done twice, really. And it's just a striker's goal. Ball put across the face of the goal. The striker gets on the end of it, taps it into the back of the net. Not great defending from York City. It could be better defending.
In fact, it's Boatswain, isn't it? The other sub who's just come on, I think, who got the goal.
We haven't had many nights like this, many games like this, David, where you're looking at reasons why we're losing. We're losing really because of two poor defensive contributions, or lack of.
Come forward down the right hand side, and into box it comes, straight into the arms of the goalkeeper. This is going to be some turnaround now if York City can pull this one off.
Oh. No, Harrison Mills furious with Alex Newby there, He feels he should have done better, and I tend to agree. Good player Alex Newby going forward. Defensively tonight, I'm afraid, it's just been... unfortunately for him, it's sort of focused on his area of the pitch.
Fagan Walcott, the right hand side for York City. What can they do? We know this York City side never gives up.
No, we do. They will keep working the socks off.
Mail to Brooks, to Newby. Back to Brooks.
Can we get Newby further forward? He wants to be further forward. He's an attacker, isn't he? He's a left winger, really.
Well, they've got to take chances now, so there's no point having 3 at the back.
Try and get him further forward and cause some havoc at the other end. He's got the ability.
Banks, first time crossfield ball. Nice ball as well to Pearce on this near side.
Good touch.
Pearce gives it to Newby. Now he is forward. Now he can run at the defender into the penalty area here, Newby. Comes across the face of the penalty area. Hasn't got his shot off yet. He's run all the way across and laid it then off to Banks. Banks in the penalty area. He will dink it to the back post. To head of Stones. Stones wins the header back across goal. And it's cleared by Gateshead.
Better from City. Good ball. Good play by Alex Newby. And a good ball in by Banks. Stones' header. He was in play.
Back it goes to Boateng. Boateng to Newby, who's now on the right-hand side. He's going to run at the defenders over there. Comes to the edge of the area, lays it off. Hunt into the box. Hunt trying to work some space, takes on the shot, straight into the arms of the goalkeeper.
Nothing's been crisp, has it? Nothing's been clear. Even that, Alex Hunt's done ever so well, but it's a bobbler.
A Gateshead man's gone down off the ball.
Yeah.
In the middle of the penalty area here to try and waste some time.
Of course they have, yeah. City certainly trying to lift it now. They really are. They know themselves. They can do more. They can do more to affect this game. And I'm going to say it, David. 2-0 can be an awkward scoreline. If we score the next goal, that's what I'm clinging to right now. We need to score the next goal. And if we do, then we know this team's got it in them to go on and get a second. But they need to score the next one. It's got to be soon.
We'll pass the 3/4 away mark of this match. And still the goalkeeper only really has had a couple of routine saves to make.
Bobblers. He hasn't been tested, has he? Enough.
I think it's Kenton Richardson who might be down at the back here. Or is it Radcliffe? It's one or the other.
Thing is, they go down. He might be injured, he might not be, but he goes down. It slows the game down. But the referee's still going to have the seconds on at the end of the game, where
he should have the seconds on.
Start getting nervy.
Yeah, he should have the seconds on.
Hopefully, City get 5, 6, 7, 8 minutes of extra time at the end of the injury time. At the end of the match, then their defence gets nervy if we score. Andrew, he's hobbling, so maybe he's coming off.
Yeah, they're going to make another change here. Once the fourth official got his board sorted. He's looking at it as if he's never seen one before in his life.
He's actually looking at it and thinking, is this the same board that people keep making errors on?
It's Louis Story. He's coming on, the player coach. And he's going to come on for Radcliffe, who was down. So he'll slot in to the right centre-back position. Referee gives the goalkeeper an uncontested drop ball. Josh Stones tries to close him down. And he will get ready to clear downfield. Gateshead 2. York City 0. Flicked on by the home side by Amanchi, who's still on. Then he misses his second header. And Gateshead have it at the back on the left-hand side with Nicholson. Nicholson down the line, intercepted by Gray. It's been pretty quiet after the first 10 or 15 minutes. Gray to the far side, to Fagan Walcott, to Banks. Banks comes in field. Ollie Banks. Done the full 360 there and then threads it forward, but Gray's touch lets him down. And now Gateshead on the attack. Good tackle from Johnson. Boateng. Back once more to Banks. Gets it out of his feet. Puts the cross into the box. All the way across it's going to come. And the sliding from the defender.
Oh, come on.
And it's picked up by the goalkeeper. Ollie Pearce says that's a back pass, but it's not. And now the defender's going to roll around on the ground and again waste some time.
I mean, what have he hurt there? He's just defending the cross.
Hamstring?
Maybe.
Well, he's taking treatment, so...
Yeah.
It's David Ferguson again.
Cramp?
Cramp. Is they saying it's cramp?
71st minute cramp. What a nonsense.
Yeah, there should be a lot of injury time at the end of this game. City are going to need every second of it if they're to get anything from this game.
Yeah.
The way things are going. Trailing by 2-0 on a thoroughly miserable evening for Stuart Maynard and his side. Let's run through the other scores then. In the National League, Aldershot 1, Borehamwood 2 still. Boston 1, Altrincham 2. They've turned that one around of Altrincham. Brackley 1-1 with Braintree. Still Sutton lead by a goal to nil at Eastleigh down to 10 from the early exchanges. And Carlisle, are leading at Halifax by a goal to nil. League 1, Doncaster still lead Port Vale 1-0. And Oldham have got a third. Notts County down to 10 as well. Oldham 3, Notts County 0. Because they'll have a suspension Ollie Norburn when they go to Harrogate at the weekend. In City are making another change here. Jeff King is coming on for Joe Gray.
Well, let's see what wax lyric about that right hand side. King and Banks, can they work some magic over here?
Rob Elliott has just come across and gone down the tunnel to a rousing reception there. I think he must have needed the toilet. The Gateshead manager. They're going to make another double change here. I think they are, aren't they? So who have we got coming on here? We've got Sam Bowen, the former Solihull midfielder, is coming on once the guy can get his board up, and that's David Ferguson who's coming off. And the other change is Ethan Moore, who's on loan from Sunderland. Who's he coming on for? He's coming on for Levi Amanchi.
Who had that great chance just before half time, didn't it, to make it 2-0?
Certainly did. It could be even worse.
City just haven't really got started. It's not. They've never really convinced, have they? The opening exchanges, Gray looked really sharp, and it's not a bad performance. It's just not. It's just not at the levels we've become used to, I suppose, for York City.
Yeah,
and you can't knock them because they're still giving everything. They're trying their socks off to try and get back in this match. One goal brings us back into this match.
The referee's penalised a Gateshead striker there for a foul in the middle of the park. City take the free kick quickly. Fagan Walcott to King. King goes back to Johnson. So what we've got, 16 minutes plus a good deal of injury time. City have to find 3 goals.
Yeah. Well, right now you take a point, wouldn't you?
It's better than nothing, but I'm not sure how much good it does.
No.
Boateng to Brooks. He gives it to Newby. Newby out wide left to Pearce. Pearce gets a cross in. It's a deep one. Good cross. Oh, just out. Just misses Banks. Maybe she could have got on the end of it. All he had to do was get some in. It was a goal. Good ball in from Ollie Pearce. Did he just miss it? Goes all the way across the far side now. City. We swung in from Fagan Walcott. No. Gives the give and go. And it goes wide right. That's a nice ball into the box, but it's straight into the arms of the goalkeeper.
Yeah. Decent football from City. I think Banks just lost sight of the ball there because it looked for all the world. It was landing right on his head. And I just think he's maybe lost sight of it in the floodlight or something.
And the goalkeeper's cleared it all the way through to Harrison Mayle.
It's the third time he's done that.
Mayle gives it to Fagan Walcott. It was a good ball from Newby on this left-hand side. In fact, it was Pearce, wasn't it? Newby to Pearce, and then Pearce takes on his man, shifts it to his left foot, gets it into the box. Oh, he just misses it. Sticks a leg out. He just misses it, does Banks.
A chance, yeah.
Brooks, Newby, Boateng. Boateng, he loses possession. Won back though by Brooks and then given away. Newby couldn't control it. On this near side. Gateshead come forward. Infield towards the edge of the area. Fagan Walcott, great tackle from him. Gateshead want a foul. The referee says no, he got the ball, which he certainly did. And then he comes forward in the centre of the park. Does Story. Now to this right-hand side. Moore. Has the beating of Newby. Oh, Newby's let him come past him and get the cross in again. Easy. Alex Newby, it is too easy. He's not a defender, Ian.
No, and yeah, tonight has been a tough one for him. It really has.
On the right-hand side, Fagan Walcott goes back to his goalkeeper, Harrison Mayle. Still, there's no panic from City here, the way that Mayle's holding on to this. Gives it to Johnson on the left. Brooks. Brooks to Newby. Newby,
Alex.
no.
Come on, lad.
And then Stuart Maynard's come on the pitch and kicked the ball. It's not even gone out, has it? Fourth official's having a go. Stuart Maynard, is he going to get booked here? Maynard, he must do if he was on the pitch and the ball hadn't gone out. He stopped it as it was going down the line. Here comes the ref.
Just out of his technical area, isn't he?
Here comes the card. What colour is it? Is it yellow or red? It's yellow, and that is definitely a touchline ban for the York City manager, because he thought it was a touchline ban the last time he got booked, but it was only his second, so that's definitely his third. He will not be on the touchline at the weekend when York City are at home to Woking. You can't really have any complaints about that, to be honest.
No, I mean, he was trying to keep the ball in play, trying to get us on the move quick,
But he's the manager, he's not a player.
Yeah, true, yeah. We'd do the same thing, though, wouldn't we?
I don't know, I think Arteta did, didn't he, early on this season? Came on the field and got involved in play when he thought it was possibly going out, and it didn't. Brooks on the left swings it into the penalty area.
It's a good ball.
It's a good ball. It's a deep one. Oh, and again, who's that?
Jeff King.
Jeff King couldn't control it on the far side.
We've had half moments, haven't we?
That's all it's been, though, isn't it?
Yeah.
Moments.
You need one of them to just maybe a little bit of luck needed.
Hunt back to Mail. Mail to Brooks. Brooks across to the far side. Back it goes once more to Hunt. To Banks.
City still opting for the sort of slow build-up. Oh no, he's not getting that, is he?
Oh, he's just done really well, Alex.
Alex
brilliantly to bring it down his chest, and he comes in field now, across the face of the penalty. Oh, it's penalty!
That's a penalty!
He's fouled. Oh no, he's going to get booked. Newby's dived, looking for a penalty, and he's going to get a yellow card.
It looks a penalty to me.
To be fair, the referee's right in position, and he gets a yellow card. Does Alex Newby? That sort of sums up his night if he has dived.
He's took the ball down really well.
Brilliantly.
And he's dribbled in.
Stuart Maynard saying it's a penalty.
He's got to be careful, Stuart, now. He doesn't want to get sent off. I thought it was a penalty. I've squealed penalty.
He brings it down beautifully on his chest.
It's a great touch, yeah.
1,600 and something is the crowd.
That looks a penalty to me.
Well, he's definitely nowhere near the ball.
That's a penalty.
He's definitely nowhere near the ball. Whether he gets Newby or not.
Yeah. I think that's a penalty.
We'll have to trust the referee, but it did look a penalty to me as well, but we can't see on that first showing whether he actually did get the ball, whether he actually dived or if there was contact, but the defender definitely does not get anywhere near the ball.
Yeah. I think City have got unlucky there. Like I say, one goal now changes the complexion of this match.
Back it goes to the Gateshead goalkeeper once more. 10 minutes to go.
Oh, he's done it again.
City's still 2 down. The goalkeeper just keeps giving it back to Harrison Mayer.
Just keeps finding his mate, doesn't he?
Fagan Walcott. To Banks. Banks over the top.
Oh, yes.
Picks off the defender into the box. It goes to Hunt right hand side. What's the referee giving here? He's blown up. Was that handball? That was a Gateshead man. What's he going to do here then? Why didn't he let play go on? City had the ball in the box.
In the box.
The yellow card's out. Who was he booking? Who was it? Why is he not allowed play to go on there?
I have no idea.
It's Brad Nicholson, but that's a strange decision by the referee.
It is,
He surely
City,
play the advantage.
Yeah, and City were in control of the ball, weren't they? In the box. Yeah, it was actually a good ball from Fagan Walcott. Strange decision.
Well,
I mean, no City players are arguing, to be fair, but it looked to me like we were in a good position. It was actually Ollie Banks' ball into Fagan Walcott.
Well, but Hunt's been pushed wide. Yeah, I suppose he had to call it back.
Did he?
Yeah, probably. Yeah, I think he's got it right. Right, it's a decent position, though, to have a strike at goal. It's halfway between sort of like the centre of the goal and the right-hand edge of the penalty area. A couple of yards out, 3 or 4 yards outside the box. Boateng's over it, Hunt's over it. They could pull it back square to Newby, who's got no one with him on the edge of the D if they wanted to, but now a Gateshead man spots that and goes and stands next to Alex Newby.
We could do the Alex Hunt special here.
Here it is, Hunt, and it's well wide of the goal.
Yeah, he's gone for the area that you would have expected him to go for. I don't think it's even close, though. Yeah. It's a frustrating evening for York City. We haven't had many of these. It's got to be said.
Very frustrating.
I always felt that here and probably I actually thought Boston as well were the two games that could be the not banana skins because they're good teams, but the potential for upset, and that's been proven tonight so far. There's still going to be 10 minutes left, maybe more.
Boateng loses out in midfield. Gateshead pile forward. Oh, skip past Newby on this right-hand side. Down the line it goes. Boateng comes across, and he shoulder barges the defender who makes far too much of that, looking for the free kick. And the referee says no, that'll be a York City throw-in by their own corner flag.
And 3 of the multi-balls are on the pitch right now.
Throw-in taken. Johnson to the edge of his own penalty area to Hunt. Under pressure he goes back to Harrison Mail. Mail across to Fagan Walcott. Gateshead 2, York City 0. 7 minutes plus injury time to go. Should be a lot of injury time, but City don't really look like getting 1, never mind 2 or 3 that they potentially need here. King, edge of the area, back, gets it back. Cross comes into the box behind Ollie Pearce, cleared by Gateshead up to halfway. The ball bounces over the head there of Zach Johnson, has to turn and retrieve the ball and gives it to Alex Hunt. Hunt now to Banks. Banks on the right hand side puts the first time ball into the box. Goalkeeper comes and gathers.
We've got to say Gateshead have defended well, David. They've won, I would say, the majority of the balls that we've put in the box, whether it's been hitting the first man or the keeper collecting it, they've won the majority, and City haven't been able to put a good enough delivery in that's landed on one of our players' heads, other than Zach Johnson earlier on. We're not really
Pearce has gone down now under no little contact, trying to win a free kick, not given, and then
that's a free kick.
Boateng has just hacked away at the Gateshead man there, and he'll get a yellow card on the edge of his own penalty area. Don't want to be getting involved. Ben Brooks is now getting involved, pushing and shoving. The yellow card is shown to Hiram Boateng, and City losing their rag a bit.
Yeah, signs of frustration. The team are frustrated. We're all frustrated. This isn't how we envisaged tonight. But they've got to remember, I keep saying this, there's minutes on the clock. Keep going. Try and get that goal. Try and change the course of this match if you can.
Latest goal in the National League has gone in at Silver Lake. Sutton United have got a second against Eastleigh. 2-0 in that game. Newby sets up a one-man wall on the edge of the York City penalty area on this right-hand side. Gateshead have got 4 or 5 men inside the penalty area, virtually all standing on top of the penalty spot. Going to be swung in. And it comes now. It's a deep on. Oh, around the back post, 3-0. City beaten in the air again to another set piece.
Wow.
There's a pitch invasion by the Gateshead backroom staff down this near side. That is just far too easy and terribly defended once more by York City. Gateshead 3, York City 0.
Yep. Everything that could go wrong tonight has gone wrong, David, from a defensive point of view. I'm not sure who's marking who there, but whatever it was, it's gone wrong.
I think it's Josh Stones. He looked the most disappointed with what happened.
Yeah.
I think it's Josh Stones'
There's
man
a man at
that's
the back
got away
stick.
from him.
Look at it as well. There seems to be there's more blues in there, but there's whites with space. It's
in between Boateng and Stones. He gets away from Stones. Boateng, I don't really know if he knows he's behind him.
No. It's a poor one. Listen.
And it's Lewis Story, the defender, who got the goal.
Oh dear. From a Gateshead point of view, it's a great goal, isn't it? Crossed into the box.
Well,
Big man gets on the end of it.
It's the goal that's finished the game.
Yeah, that is.
And now the yellow card's out to the Gateshead backroom staff because they all went onto the pitch down this near side and left the technical area. He could have booked all of them there. I don't know who he did book. The referee.
It's just Route 1 football, isn't it? It looked so basic.
Johnson for York City. They trail by 3-0. They will not be going top of the National League this evening, and Rochdale will have the opportunity now tomorrow night to go 5 points clear.
Over to you, Scunthorpe.
Ball forward, Fagan Walcott can't keep it in play. He gets the thumbs up to Ollie Banks, but it goes behind for a goal kick. Yeah, this has been a really poor night.
Chastening night, it has. It's been... We've never found the fluidity that we come we're accustomed to. The fluidity just hasn't been there tonight. And fair play to Gateshead, they've taken the chances when they've come along, and they've defended well. They haven't had to be great, have they? To score those 3 goals. It's just a below par night for York City, unfortunately. We don't see many of them, so these boys have got to get their socks pulled up tomorrow, and get back on the winning trail on Saturday.
Fagan Walcott to the right hand side. That's a late tackle on Jeff King. Free kick to York City. Alex Hunt taps it across to Banks. Banks gets past his man on the right. Dinks it forward, but that's over hit. Goalkeeper can come and claim unopposed on the edge of his penalty area.
Yeah, you're praying, the newbie moment when it could have been a penalty. If that goes City's way and we get back into the game, but it's tough to deny that Gateshead they're kind of worthy of this,
Oh yeah, I don't think you can say that the best side hasn't won. That's forward from City, but straight into touch for a Gateshead throw-in.
Feel for the City fans over there.
Yeah, they're
family over there myself.
They're starting to head for the exits, aren't there? There's a few gaps appearing now amongst those York City supporters on the far side of the ground.
Made the journey up.
Goalkeeper clears long. Too long. Johnson, deep inside his own penalty area, comes forward with it. Gives it to Fagan Walcott. Gets it once more. Johnson. Hunt. Back to Johnson. Boateng. He lifts it over the top. That's, again, completely mishit. Goalkeeper's able to bring it down on his chest outside the penalty area, then he takes it back into his box before picking it up. Ian Dunn, do you not know the laws of football?
I was screaming penalty. Not penalty, I thought he'd handled it outside the box then. I'm just praying for something, anything. No one complains. Only me that squealed for that.
There was, Ian. Yes.
I shouted for everything.
Down this left back position. That's gone out for a goal kick to York City. That's what we got left. 30 seconds. City 3 down. Biggest defeat of the season. Keaton Ward is given the man of the match. Got the first goal to the right hand side. And of course this is a scoreline that will lift Gateshead out of the bottom 4. City have given it away again here. Gateshead on the way forward here, looking for a 4th goal. To this right hand side it comes. Edge of the penalty area. The white shirts have it once more. Pulled back to the edge of the box. Free shot at goal. It's blocked on the edge of the area. It wasn't a great connection. They're going to get a second one here now, and it's cleared inside the 6-yard box and flicked over his bar by Zach Johnson, and that will be a corner kick to the home team.
Yeah, City just want to get this game finished, get on the bus, get back down to York and regroup for the weekend.
Referee's telling Gateshead to get on with it, but no matter how long they take, I don't think City got any chance here in injury time of scoring 3 goals.
No. We haven't really looked like scoring 1 goal, really. We've had moments, just not enough of them. Yeah, this is there's always a funny result at some point in the season. Maybe this is ours. We haven't had any crazy ones this season. This is just one of those nights. We're going to have to get over it quickly.
Ward swings it in straight behind. Goal kick.
Yeah. Wow. Oh, there's something going on in the box there.
No, he kicked it out.
No, something's going on in the box.
Yeah, no, there's a bit of pushing and shoving as well, yeah. Actually in the back of the net here, virtually. Yeah, City don't need to be getting involved in this.
No.
Yeah. Surprisingly, it is Jeff King that's involved.
This is going to hurt City. The players are hurting. They know their standards haven't been reached tonight, and that they'll be keen already. As soon as this whistle blows, Stuart Main will be thinking, right, Saturday, let's put it right, because this is a one-off. This is an absolute anomaly for York City's season.
Wonder how much they is it on, is it off beforehand? I know it's the same for both sides.
Yeah,
it did affect them. Sent forward by Brooks, headed clear by the goalkeeper just outside his penalty area. Boateng tries to win it back, and it falls to the white shirts. On this right-hand side, did you see what button went up on the board there?
I didn't see it. I was watching the ball, I'm afraid. Sorry, David.
No, we've played 2 of the additional. The Olays are coming out here from the home team. Brooks,
Close.
He went slide tackle, fresh air then. He almost caught the man. Fagan Walcott down the right-hand side to King. City's long run, of course, of scoring in every game is going to come to a shuddering halt here as well. Down the right-hand side. And Gateshead are able to clear.
Yeah,
Banks.
it's a very sad evening. You can see the City fans that you say filtering away, David. They've come all this way up here. They expected more. We all expected more. The players all expected more. It's just one of those nights. We're going to have to chalk it.
King, Fagan Walcott feeds it through. Pearce shoots, scores. City do score again. Nice finish from Ollie Pearce as it's fed in from Fagan Walcott. 31st goal, league goal of the season for Ollie Pearce.
Keeps the record going. Scant consolation, but still nice to see Ollie Pearce scoring. A fantastic finish from Ollie Pearce there.
Yep, superb
really
finish.
Good finish. Yeah, we could have just done with that 15 minutes ago.
Ollie Pearce.
I think it was Jeff King's ball, isn't it, to show what Gateshead are doing with defensively. Giving City a chance, that's a shot.
Play back underway. All the way through once more to Harrison Mail. Still no idea what the number was that went up on the board. Right hand side, Fagan Walcott comes forward again. It's his assist. Gives it back to Banks. Banks, crossfield ball, that's a nice ball. To Newby on the left hand side. Newby in the penalty area. It's forced down a blind alley. Tries to dink out a ball into the middle. Well defended again by Gateshead. And they clear it only as far as Ben Brooks. He puts it in first time, headed clear once more by the home team. As far as Banks, he'll take on the shot. Good save by the goalkeeper, diving away to his left hand side. That was arrowing into the bottom corner from 30 yards. And Gateshead now do get it clear over halfway. Almost 3-2 here.
Well, football's can be funny. I don't know how many minutes are left, but it'd be a second goal would make it a little bit more interesting. If that had gone in just then, I think probably missed the chance now, but
We played 4.5 minutes.
yeah, I think was it maybe 6 went up on the board.
Maybe 5, maybe 6, maybe 7, maybe X. We don't know, do we?
No, we're guessing.
Throw into Gateshead then on halfway. Far side of the ground. 3-1 they lead. Headed clear by City. Boateng little flick around the corner to a white shirt. Sent forward, that's over hit. And that'll be a York City goal kick. Harrison Mail. He goes and takes it quickly and gives it to Johnson. Johnson plays it out to the right hand side to Hunt, who can come forward with no one trying to stop him getting over halfway. Alex Hunt has got movement in front of him, gives it wide right to King. King back to Banks. He can get this in to the box. Keeps hold of it. King gives it back to Banks. Now he swings it into the middle. Goalkeeper comes and dives and punches it away. Brooks volleys it back forward but skews it. Easy for Gateshead to clear. Back it comes to King once more. King goes back to the far side to Banks. He gets past his first man, then can't beat the second. And Gateshead pick it up again, and then King, Banks thought about leaving a little bit in there on the Gateshead man and just pulled himself out in time.
Yeah, just clever enough to realise he doesn't need a booking. Or worse.
And Brooks, simple sideways balls, put it straight into touch. He tries to ping it at Newby.
Yeah. Well, they're certainly the Gateshead
no
fans
rush
are
to
cheering.
take the throw in. Down the line from Gateshead. Referee still no sign. 6.5 minutes in of his whistle approaching his mouth. Gateshead have it at the back. And they're going to try and turn Jeff King on that far side. And they've got it past Jeff King. And the Gateshead man tries sliding in on Fagan Walcott. He gets the better of him. Banks dinks it away from his defender, gives it to King. Hunt, back to Banks, back to Alex Hunt. Hunt, down the line to King. King's got a bit of room to come in. He's around the back here on that right-hand side. Ball into the box. Can't beat the first man. Pearce took a swing just in case the first man did miss it. Back it goes to Jeff King. King on halfway. Hunt, Boateng. City are playing, knocking around the back here as if they've got plenty of time left. Back to Johnson.
Strange, isn't it? It's a very patient build-up.
Back to King. King down the line. Is it overhit? It's not. It's going to be picked up over there. And comes across, doesn't beat the first man. Headed clear as far as King once more. Right inside the penalty area. He takes on the shot. Goalkeeper has to dive and save it again. Boateng takes the shot. It's blocked in the 6-yard box. Rebounds all the way back up towards Brooks on halfway.
We had more chances in this last 4 or 5 minutes.
Yeah. King. Again,
Thanks.
swings the cross into the box. This one's easy though for the goalkeeper to come and gather. And this time the Gateshead bench are all up punching the air because they know that is it.
Yeah.
Referee again saying to the goalkeeper, look at him counting down how long he's got the ball in his hands. And now he does blow the full-time whistle. Gateshead 3, York City 1. Gateshead thoroughly deserving of their 3 points. City just not at it for large periods of that game. 2 really bad bits of defending. Alex Newby the culprit on both occasions for the first 2 goals. Then, was he brought down in the box? Well, he went down under a challenge. The referee booked him, said he dived. The defender definitely got nowhere near the ball. Did Newby make more of it than there was there? Who knows? He got a yellow card. Gateshead again got a 3rd goal. Poor defending at the back stick from a set piece. Josh Stones, I think, was the man who let his man go. Hiram Boateng didn't know he was behind him. Free header into the back of the net for Story. And then City, well, they always score, and they did on this occasion as well. Nice ball into the box. Ollie Pearce was there to sweep it home first time for his 31st goal of the season. But it was far too little, too late, Ian Dunn, and City go down to defeat, and Rochdale now have the chance to go 5 points clear tomorrow night.
They do, but you know what? These results can happen across the course of a season. That it's happened at this stage of the season is a frustrating thing, but these City lads still gave everything till the last minute. They tried the best. They've just got to put this one down. Chalk it off as a bit of a bad night at the office. It really is, because they don't have many of these. This team do not have many of these sorts of nights. And tonight, unfortunately, we've been caught out, and we have to just get back on the saddle, get back in it, get down the road tonight, dust ourselves off, get back into training in a couple of days' time, and prepare for Saturday. That's now the most important match of the season.
Stuart Maynard clearly sent his players out. Whether he'll admit to it afterwards, I'm not sure, but he clearly sent his players out early. He wasn't happy with that first half performance.
No.
Do you think he will be just as unhappy with the second half as he was with the first?
I think defensively, I think we still made the errors tonight, which we don't tend to give the opposition much encouragement, but tonight we did for whatever reason. And Gateshead took those opportunities. I think he will have been expecting more, Stuart, at half time, and that's why he's got them out there. We had moments, we had instances, but just not enough fluidity, not enough pressure on the Gateshead back line. When we scored, and we nearly scored a few minutes after, it was the first time that Gateshead looked like they're under a little bit of pressure. We didn't manage that until the 90-odd minute during the match, and that will be the frustrating thing for Stuart Maynard and his team. These players they'll be upset with themselves for that tonight, David, and you know, they probably can't put a pin on it. It's just one of those nights where they've come up here, it's a soulless old place, but they've been beaten by, and listen, Gateshead were the better team overall right throughout the night. They needed a bit of luck. The Newby won the penalty. I've seen them given. If they get it at that point and we stick it away, it's 2-1 with 10-15 minutes to go. Who knows what would have happened, but lots of ifs and buts. Tonight, City, it's just one of those evenings for York City. Got to get over it.
They certainly do. The Gateshead fans now just making their way off the pitch. Sorry, the Gateshead players just making their way off the pitch down beneath us. All the York City players to a man went across to applaud the York City supporters that'll be miserable and cold as they make their way out of the stand on the far side of the ground. We know that City do bounce back.
Yeah,
Woking are probably looking on at this and thinking, oh dear, we're next in the firing line. That's the way that City have got to see it.
Absolutely. Coming across the LNAR Stadium on Saturday, and the place will be rocking again because these players deserve that. They've had a little bit of a blip tonight, a little bit of a blip. That's all it is, and it's just because it's in March. It's when we're challenging. We've got a chance to go to the top of the table. That's going to amplify that feeling. But they've got to get back on the saddle. They don't have time to feel sorry for themselves. They're still in a great position, and they've got to go into that match on Saturday with the right attitude, the attitude that served them well all season, and they will turn this around, and hopefully tonight they can put it to bed and get on with the rest of the season.
All right, fingers crossed we will get some sort of reaction from the York City manager, Stuart Maynard, before we go off air at 10 o'clock tonight. I'm not 100% certain we will do, to be perfectly honest. It's quite a bit of a trek up here, and I think he'll have plenty that he wants to say first to his team in that dressing room. So over to you for the next 15 or 16 minutes. Please get in touch. Let us know what you thought, whether you've been in the ground and you're just getting in your car and about to head home back to North Yorkshire, or if you've been listening to us at home, wherever you've been tonight, or maybe watching the stream and listening to us here on BBC Radio York. 81333 on the text. Start your message with the word York. 08000 321 333 on WhatsApp. Again, start your message with the word York at BBC York Sport. Please put your names on these as well as you send them in. This first one doesn't have a name in it. Please do put your names on it. I don't see any positives to take away from tonight. An utterly abhorrent performance. Newby shouldn't have stayed on, and ultimately we just didn't have anything today. We have to pray Rochdale lose tomorrow. Failing that, there's not much of a way back for York, unfortunately. We moved to Saturday, but a terrible, terrible performance. There are parts of that, Ian, I would agree with, parts I would disagree with. I don't think it's all over. There's still 7 games left for Rochdale, 6 for City. We mentioned it pre-match. I mentioned it yesterday on the radio. York City and Rochdale were always likely, at some point, to drop more points before the end of this season.
No, I agree with you. And let's not turn on this team. Dear me. This is a team that have given us so many good moments already this season. There's more to come. Trust me. Listen, Rochdale have got to go to Scunthorpe tomorrow. Let's see how that goes, because Scunthorpe are no mugs. They've turned us over. They're a good side. This is a long way from over. It seems it right now because it's raw, and yet, listen, part of what was said was right. It just wasn't good enough performance from a team looking at winning the league. But you get moments like this during the season. It's happened to City tonight. This is the time to get behind the team and bounce back on Saturday, because that is the only thing that will keep us in this title race.
Lots of these I can see coming through are focusing on the selections. Let's go through a few of them. Absolutely terrible, says this texter. Nothing to take from that, and I love this club and our players, but Boateng and Ollie should have been off. Banks was a huge miss tonight.
Yeah, Banks, that was what I said to you tonight. The Banks and King in particular down that right hand side give you so much. But let's go back an hour. Joe Gray was flying down this right hand side. He was looking to have probably his best performance in City shirt. It did die down, but for me, each goal you could say that we could have defended better. Each goal was the first one Newby swung and missed it. The second one, I think, someone's got done down this left hand side. I think, unfortunately, probably Newby again. And then the cross in and the header could have been better defended. So all 3 goals could have been avoided. But honestly, I just think this is one of those evenings. We could talk all night. This is one of those evenings that, for York City, it just didn't happen.
We've still got 13 minutes to talk, so we'll keep going.
Yes, yeah.
Graham in the Scottish Borders. Good evening, gents. That's why Brooks should have been played. Newby has been a costly selection for a while now. He didn't have his greatest game defensively.
Defensively, no. But I get the manager's... Probably his attitude was to attack this Gateshead side, and probably thought we could attack them because we were getting past them. But unfortunately, I agree with that. I think, for me, Brooks is probably... Well, he is the better defender of the two. I like Alex Newby. He's got a lot to offer the team, but he got in so many good positions tonight, and that final ball just kept letting him down. And at some point, you're probably thinking that's maybe the change to make. But he looked threatening without being threatening, if that makes sense.
This one says, this came in during the second half, actually. Come on, York. I've got the radio coverage on the speakers at practice in Poplarville, Mississippi.
Wow.
You've been to Poplarville, Mississippi?
No, but I'd love to go just because it's called Poplarville.
Apologies, didn't see this one earlier on as well. Can you please say hi to Isla Drum? She turns 8 next week. Has stayed up late to watch and listen. Fingers crossed for a big 3 points. It's an unhappy early birthday present, but happy birthday when it does come around next week. What else we got here? 81333 on the text. Start your message with the word York at BBC York Sport, or 08000 321 333 on WhatsApp. The team struggled tonight against a well-organised team. It's disappointing, but we can regroup for Saturday and win. I'll be cheering on Scunthorpe tomorrow evening. Come on, York City, says Jonathan in Acombe. Yeah, Scunthorpe are going to have a lot of fans tomorrow night, aren't they?
That's the spirit, Jonathan in Acombe. He's right. You know, we've got to trust these players to turn it around again on Saturday. They will. I'm almost certain they will. And we just, of course, we've got to hope that Rochdale drops some points. That's the way this season's going. It's one of those seasons where both of the top two sides have been so consistent. It's been untrue. What we could do now is Rochdale having one of these evenings tomorrow themselves.
Poor performance tonight. A strange pick tonight by Stuart Maynard. Newby is struggling at the moment, to be fair. Sloppy stuff all round. Banks was certainly a miss. You can't rest players till we're ahead. Too many errors, says that texter. Mark G says, great coverage tonight, but where were City? Just wasn't happening for them. Hope Scunthorpe can do us a favour, please. We've got it all to do now on Saturday. This one, we looked tired today. The crossing was poor. Newby probably needs to be dropped. I have a sinking feeling that they'll be the same as last year. How long is Kitchen out for? Well, speaking to Stuart Maynard pre-match, he suggests that Mark Kitchen is expected to be back at the weekend, so just sitting out for this game and having the night off. Joel in Hertfordshire says, Stuart Maynard got it wrong tonight. You should have started Brooks on the left for balance. And why haven't we recalled Cam John? Says Joel in Hertfordshire. Well, I don't think they can recall Cam John now, and to be fair, until Joel has messaged in now, Cam John has...
He's only become a better player since this result.
No, exactly. People have forgotten about Cam John, haven't they? So, yeah, that's not going to happen, is it?
No.
Gary Rogers has got in touch. Evening, Gary. He says, Gateshead deserved their win. We had uncharacteristic defensive lapses on to Saturday. What else have we got here? Who's responsible for defending the set pieces? Why is this still a concern? Have we not learned our lesson? Clearly not our night, says Dan from York. Well, Gary Elphick is the man who's in charge of the defensive set pieces. He spends so much time as well working these, what they should be doing, who should be marking who. For the third goal, I'm not sure you can actually blame a defensive set-piece coach. That's just a man in Josh Stones, who's the striker, having to mark a defender but an attacker in that position, and he's just lost his man.
Yeah, it is. And I think it was probably Josh Stones and Hiram Boateng between them. Neither of them really put enough pressure on the guy who scored the goal. No, I'd be more concerned with the first two goals. They were the ones, they cross to a big man who gets his head on the end of it. Yes, we could have been better. We have been better. We are better than that. But for me, the first two goals made it a very tough, challenging evening for us. It didn't need to be a tough, challenging evening. The first goal in particular, just put your foot through it. He's obviously got unsighted as Alex Newby. He's missed the ball totally, and they've scored from it. If he gets his foot on the end of it, clears it, there's nothing to pick and choose between the two sides. So, no, it is. I think Guy Rogers is right. This has been a very uncharacteristic York City this evening.
Not very often we say that. Matt, watching at home in York. That's not a very good York City this evening. Before you get any other ideas in, I can see the look on your face. Matt, watching at home in York, City are such a better side when we're moving forward, but we didn't put those shots in until the game was gone. Stuart Maynard should have made his changes a little bit earlier tonight.
Well, we definitely improved creatively with Banks and King on the right-hand side when they came on. And that's not... Joe Gay was playing well, it really was. But when Banks comes on, that chances are going to be created. He's got that in his locker as Ollie Banks. That's why he's been such a good player, particularly at this level. So yeah, maybe, but it's all hindsight, isn't it? Yes, we could have made them changes earlier. Maybe should have. Maybe he'll reflect tonight, Stuart, and think the same thing. I don't know, but certainly when King and Banks came on, our attacking play looked more threatening. But to be honest, the game was probably just starting to slip out of our hands by that time anyway.
The phrase I heard the most tonight was, didn't get past the first man. That did happen an awful lot of occasions.
I thought we had a player on the pitch called Can't Beat the First Man. I thought that was someone's surname. I'm looking around for him. That was the story of the night. Can't beat the first man. And again, that's something, we're not perfect. This is a good team. It's a really good team, but it's something they need to work on. And they will. Stuart will make sure they get back on the saddle, I'm sure, at the weekend. And they'll have a good look at the video and see where maybe they didn't go right, maybe went wrong. But sometimes, you know what, you just put performances down. You have a night where nothing goes for you. I'm still convinced that if Alex Newby gets the penalty, I thought it was a penalty. I might be wrong, but if he gets that penalty at 2-0, there's a chance of getting back in the game. But at the end of the day, Gateshead have worked the socks off, and they'll be thinking they've earned that win.
Come in, Stuart. Take a seat. It's a long way up here. Thank you for coming so quickly at the end of that game. Obviously, really disappointing evening for you and your side. What did you make of the game?
Probably lacked a little bit of quality in the final third. When we got there, I thought in the first half we got in some really great positions, and probably the final cross or the final decision probably wasn't at the level that it's been at tonight. But look, I thought their goalkeeper was man of the match. I thought he was excellent. Come in for crosses, made some saves. Have to give credit to the opposition as well. I think when we reflect back on the goals, I think we'll be disappointed, really disappointed in the manner we've conceded them. But frustrating night.
Do you think all 3 goals were a little bit too easy?
From the side, when we stood there, I think that we'll look back, reflect, watch it back in their 3 soft goals from the level that we've been at all season. But there's a big changing point in the game. Zach, back post, he's just got to score, and we had some big chances tonight, and we've been super clinical this season, so I can't be too harsh on the lads. In that sense, it's one of them. It's frustration, because really I still think as much as we probably wasn't at our best tonight, we still created big moments and probably could have come away with something from the game. The goalkeeper's, for me, is man of the match, and the penalty's a blatant penalty.
Well, Ian was just discussing it, as you probably heard, as you got up. We've looked at it, he dives in, he's absolutely nowhere near the ball. I couldn't tell off first if he did catch Newby, but it looks a penalty.
It's a blatant penalty. We've watched it back on the video, and he's caught him. And why does Noob go down? His next action is shooting at the goal with a clear sight of the goal, so I don't get why he'd go down. And that brings it back to 2-1, and with probably, I think, 10-15 minutes to go, plus the 6 added on. So then I fancy us, but look, the lads keep going all the way to the end, and that's what I ask of the group, and that's what we demand as a management team, that we keep going and keep fighting all the way to the end, and we get a goal and we keep fighting even right the way to the end. 96, 97th minute, the lads are giving absolutely everything, and look, there's going to be lots of twists and turns. I said it's not easy to get over the line when you're in title races. They're high pressure games, all of them. We've just got to make sure we stay calm, and I think a little bit tonight, a little bit of composure was needed, I think, towards the end, especially when the third went in. Look, we're humans. It was frustrating in the sense that we probably wasn't calm enough in certain situations within the game.
If you have your time again, do you change the starting 11? There's people getting in touch with us saying it looked tonight as if you missed a left footer somewhere across that left hand side.
Look, I always look at it and think Kitchen's been absolutely outstanding this season, and when you take someone like Kitch out that brings the balance, I think it's going to affect any team at any level. So yeah, we really did miss Kitch tonight massively, but I don't think that's the reason why we've lost the game of football. I think when we reflect on it, the goals will be disappointed from our side to the level we've been at, and also our end products in the final third probably wasn't at our most best this as what it's been this season.
I know you won't use it as any excuse, but is it on, is it off? Play any impact whatsoever, do you think, tonight?
No, I actually thought the pitch played well. Look, it was a bit, you can look out over the pitch now, you can see where the areas were bad, but it's the same for both teams. So look, there's none of that from us as a management team. The pitch for me was in a good enough playable condition. Was it ideal? No, but it was in a playable condition. I don't think the pitch caused us the problem. It wasn't like we played a back pass where we're trying to reset off of Harrison and then all of a sudden they got running and score. So we can't make any excuses. I just believe that we have conceded from 3 soft goals this evening.
And what was the reaction like in that dressing room at full time? So you tell the players were getting a bit frustrated towards the back end of the game, weren't they?
Yeah, down, really down, and it's got to hurt. It hurts all of us. Look, we've got pride. We've got pride in everything we do. We know that how much it means to the fans that tonight once again have come in their numbers and backed the boys all the way to the end and stayed behind at the end and clapped the boys off, and the group deserves it because they've been absolutely outstanding all season, and when you lose a game, it's how we react and bounce back, and I think that's what we've done really well this season. Even when we've drawn games, we've bounced back. There's not been too many losses. I think that's the 4th loss in the campaign, and it's an incredible achievement from the group. But look, there's a long way to go for me. There's 7 to go, and that's a lot of football and a lot of points.
We've got a couple more questions I'm going to ask Stuart. We'll put them up on BBC Sounds at BBC York Sport. But with the time coming up to 10 o'clock, we'll say goodnight from the Gateshead International Stadium. Disappointing inning for York City, losing here by 3-1. We'll speak to you at the weekend. A couple of other points.
Radio Sheffield.
At 10 o'clock with the BBC News, I'm Vicky Carter. US media is reporting the Trump administration has sent Iran a 15-point peace plan demanding the reopening of the Strait of Hormuz and the ending of uranium enrichment. Earlier, President Trump insisted that negotiations with Iran about ending the war in the Middle East were happening right now. The Chancellor says the UK government is looking at targeted help for people who will struggle to pay their energy bills as a result of the war in Iran. Rachel Reeves told MPs that contingency planning is taking place for every eventuality to try to keep costs down for everyone and to provide support for those who need it most. The economist Lord O'Neill says while some help might be necessary, governments shouldn't keep rushing in to help.
The idea that, I don't know whether it's the 24/7 media world, that as soon as there's a bit of a crisis, the government of the day has to react dramatically with yet more taxpayers' money. We've got to put a stop to this.
Meta, the owner of Facebook and Instagram, has been fined £280 million after being found liable of endangering children. A court in the US state of New Mexico found that users had been misled about the risks of sexual exploitation on the platforms. Meta says it disagrees with the verdict and will appeal. One of Ian Coates' sons has told the Nottingham Attacks public inquiry today he found out from social media that his dad had been killed. The 65-year-old grandfather was one of 3 people stabbed to death by Valdo Calacane in June 2023. A public inquiry in London is examining events leading up to the attacks. Today, 2 of Ian's sons have given evidence and said they felt Nottinghamshire police treated their dad as an afterthought when his body was left on the street for 15 hours. Football, and Mo Salah has announced he's leaving Liverpool at the end of the season. Since signing in 2017, the Egyptian scored 255 goals, won 2 league titles and the Champions League. Ian Kennedy, the sports editor at BBC Radio Merseyside, said despite a recent dip in form, Salah would forever be an Anfield hero.
When the dust settles, people will be realising that this is one of the great players in Liverpool's history. And when fans of any age really, but certainly of any kind of vintage would be picking their all-time Liverpool 11, Mo Salah, I think, would be in most people's teams there. That's how good he's been over those last 9 years.
On the subject of football, in the Women's Champions League, Arsenal won 3-1 against Chelsea, and the nominations for this year's BAFTA TV Awards have been announced. The Netflix drama Adolescence has 11 nominations, including Best Limited Drama and Best Actor for Stephen Graham. Also, multiple nods for 1,000 Blows and Celebrity Traitors too. You're up to date. It's 3 minutes past 10.